Steelers to consider others before you consider yourself, to protect your brother even from himself, to give support at your own expense, and when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, and make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. From previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture.
Steelers.
Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the Steel Twins.
Wow, that was the worst piece of crap I've ever seen.
Steelers Nation. How's it going, huh? You guys enjoying yourselves? You guys over the loss yet? Because I'm not. You know it's bad. You know it's bad when we got to do a double live, man. And yes, it is bad. It is very bad.
It's not good.
I'm not overreacting. This isn't an overreaction.
This is not an overreaction. I know some of y'all might be thinking, it's only week 2. It's still early into the season. They'll figure it out.
No,
this isn't about early season
No, they won't.
bad play. It's not about that. What it's about is constant issues dating from last season and the year before that, and the year before that.
And the year before that.
And the year before that. Shall I go on?
We say this every single year, and I feel like we make a video like this every year. It's just in different variation.
Yeah.
It's in different verbiage. It's in different happenings of what we just witnessed. It seems like every single year we're making the same live or same video in regards to the fact that we're watching the same thing all over again, and there's no change in sight. There will be no change in sight. There's no reason to believe there will be no change in sight. There's no reason to believe we're going to fix it up. There's no reason to believe that we're going to find a way to get this together, to fix this up. I don't believe that. Will they perform better in the weeks to come? I hope so. But is it going to mount to much? Is it going to put us where we should be? Is it going to lead us to the goal of what everything the Steelers did this offseason? The answer is no.
I can't believe that.
Do you think that
I don't believe it.
You think that we're going to contend in this conference?
Heck, me and my brother here, Dan, stated all offseason with the moves that they did and the wild offseason that the Steelers had, bringing all these guys in. We stated, like, we can't fall or we can't go all in. We can't believe in the Steelers buying into going all in. We can't.
I never could.
No,
And
no.
it was because of one main reason. One main reason. We have the exact same coaching staff as last year. The same coaching staff that led us to 5 straight losses, including the playoffs, which we got blown out in again. Why should I expect the same group of guys leading this team to lead us to a different result? And I'm talking about Tomlin specifically. Why should I expect someone like him to give us a different result when we've seen the same result every year since 2017? There's no reason for me to get hyped. There's no reason for me to believe that we're going to advance any further, because every year since then, it has been rinse and repeat. It has been the same song and dance. It has been the same movie, just rewinded with a different cast of characters. And this game versus the Seahawks was no different.
None.
No different. Even going back to the Jets game last week, the run defense sucked. The defense overall sucked. The only thing they did better today is they got 2 picks, 2 turnovers. That's it. Outside of that, without the 2 interceptions, this team would have gotten blown out. Because
They would have given up more than 31 points.
Because the offense wouldn't have scored, because they showed and they proved that they couldn't sustain a certain drive if it wasn't for the turnovers. So without the 2 turnovers, this is a complete blowout. We lost by 2 scores. Imagine without the interceptions.
And I know the Caleb Johnson kickoff mishap, the mistake he did, I know that played a factor. I mean, that gave the Seahawks 7 points. And I know that Calvin Austin got in the way of Freiermuth and the ball deflected off his hands.
Yeah.
Which led to Aaron Rodgers' first interception, not A-Rod's fault by any means.
Yeah, Calvin Austin screwed up on that play.
Those plays played a component in the Steelers losing.
There's a Tomlin word, component.
Yeah, well.
Tomlinism. Component.
Those played a factor.
Schematically.
Those plays played a factor.
Minimize. Totality.
But those aren't the only reasons why the Steelers end up losing this game. This game was very evident that the coaching just continues to have its mishaps. They continue to fail.
Yeah.
They continue to make mistakes.
And there won't be any change until we clean house, which is what I wanted to do after last season.
You put it in the title. You put it in the title after the Ravens blowout loss.
I said the Steelers need to clean house, which was the main reason I wanted Fields back, because they needed to clean house and start over. How many times, genuine question here, how many times is Art Rooney II in the chair? How many times is Art the Clown going to watch this team and not think to himself, haven't I seen this before? How many times does it have to happen for his senile head to understand that he's watching a replay? Maybe he's so senile, he's forgetting stuff. Maybe he thinks, you know what? The media's right. No non-losing seasons. I forgot what happened last year. Let's just do it all over again. And the worst part of it is nothing's going to change because he's not going nowhere. Art Rooney II's not going nowhere, nor is Mike Tomlin. Art Rooney II doesn't have the backbone to get rid of the guy. I do think that Tomlin needs to go. Been saying it the past couple years, but especially after last year. And keep in mind, this team is all Tomlin. Omar Khan definitely made the moves and whatnot. This team is mostly what Tomlin wanted. This is the team he wanted to assemble. This is his coaching staff. This is his core players. This is his core of veterans that he requested, that he wanted specifically. Aaron Rodgers mostly. And this is what we got.
Keyword, veteran players. There's no easing these guys in. There's no going slow with these guys. No, like these are key veteran guys. These guys, some of them future Hall of Famers. Pro Bowl recognized players.
Yeah.
There's no easing into the season. Your mission is all in. You're all in. You're vying for a championship. It's why you got A-Rod in the first place. There's no easing in. There's no excuse for this early performance, especially on the defensive side of the football. None. It's frustrating. I can't say I'm surprised, but the fact that it's this early into the season makes it even more frustrating.
Yeah, because typically we expect this kind of garbage. Trying to lower the swear.
Yeah,
jar. This kind of garbage at the end of the season. This is already the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks of the season, and the Steelers have allowed back-to-back games of 30 points. Actually, that's technically 3 straight games if you include the playoffs. So, technically, 3 straight games of 30 or more points allowed to the opposing offense, but in regular season-wise, we'll say back-to-back games. 394 yards allowed last week versus the Jets. 395 yards today allowed to the Seahawks. 100-yard rusher to Breece Hall, and today Kenneth Walker in back-to-back weeks. And, of course, if you want to go extend it further, Derrick Henry in the playoffs.
Yep.
I thought we were supposed to fix this. I thought the whole point of the offseason was to prevent this from happening again. Obviously not. Everything that they went in for has failed. And I think it has a lot to do with scheming. I think it has 100, or not 100, but a lot of it. Probably, I'm going to say 80 to 85% of it. I think it has to do with scheming because, Peyton Wilson and Patrick Queen haven't looked good. I know the defensive line isn't helping them, and we've seen that the linebackers haven't had pretty much a lot of help with the defensive linemen for years now. Again, I say years now. But they're really looking rough out there in the run game. They're missing angles. They're over pursuing. They can't shed a block. Patrick Queen should have came away with a sack on a 3rd and 9 for Darnold on that inside blitz. So some of it's the players for sure. Watt's been non-existent. He hasn't had a sack in 6 straight games, leading us back to him last year.
None.
And I love Watt, but come on. Hayward hasn't done much. Frankly, seems like the only guy on defense that's done anything is Ramsey. And even today, he got rough in coverage.
A little bit. Came away with a pick. That was a good play by Ramsey.
But I'm going to say about 80 to 85% of it is the scheme.
No, because I wrote some stats down. Me and Dan did a little research as far as the defense goes. It's been 11 straight games, even dating back to last year, including the playoff game versus the Ravens. 11 straight games, the defense has allowed 300 or more total yards for opposing offenses. The last time the Steelers defense did not allow such on defense was back last season, Week 10 versus the Washington Commanders.
And they've allowed 28 points per game in their last 9 games, including the playoffs.
And 6 of the last 11 games, the defense has allowed 28 or more points.
I think a big problem with it has to do with the scheme. And who's been the only guy that has stuck here for so long that the scheme is experiencing the same issues? Middle of the field getting exposed, getting distraught at the defensive line, rushers being able to rush everywhere, mostly on that left side, and they're not moving people around. They're not putting people in proper positions to succeed. Look at Benton, for example.
Why is Keanu Benton still at nose tackle? He's too small to play nose tackle. And you drafted, this past draft, Omar Khan drafted a pure nose tackle in Y.A. Black out of Iowa. A big-body dude that can take on those double teams, close the gaps. A man that is just a perfect fit. He is the right puzzle piece right there.
Yeah.
And you got him playing 3-tech, 4. Black can play it.
But that's not his best strong suit.
In the meantime, you got Benton getting double teamed and Benton getting bullied in the middle of the defensive line when Black should be in the middle of the defensive line. And because Harmon is out with injury, who knows when he comes back? You need to use Keanu Benton's versatility and put him in the best predicament to succeed.
Agreed.
But you're not doing that.
I think a lot of the issues has to do with the scheme. It's all schematics, in my opinion. Again, another Tomlin word. It's been so consistent for so many years under, I'm going to say, going back to 3 different coordinators, going back to the Dick LeBeau days, because the tail end of Dick LeBeau and his run was awful. That 2014 defense was terrible. And then we promoted Keith Butler. I know the personnel for most of his time there sucked up until the tail end. And we had Hayden, Nelson, Minka, Hayward, Watt, Dupree, Highsmith in his younger years, Shazier until he got hurt. But still, under 3 different coordinators, it's still the same issues, and especially very reoccurrent recently under Austin and even the end days of Keith Butler. It's all the same issues. It's all the same garbage, all the same hiccups. And Keith Butler admitted when he retired that he wished he had a hand or he wished he could call some of the defense. He can't. He didn't because Mike Tomlin was in charge. Even going back to the end days of Dick LeBeau, Tomlin was in charge to an extent. And then when Butler was in charge, when he was promoted from linebacker coach to DC, Tomlin had a huge hand in it. And Terrell Austin, when Butler retired, was promoted from the secondary coach to defensive coordinator. And the same cycle applies. In-house promotion, the guy mainly in charge at head coach gets to give them the game plan that he wants to run. We're going to run it this way and this way only. I got a big question. Why wasn't Brian Flores promoted to defensive coordinator? If there was an in-house promotion that you should have made, that would have been the right decision. It was Brian Flores. Look at what he's doing with the Vikings. He's playing right now on Sunday Night Football. We go up against Brian Flores in Dublin, Ireland in week 4.
2 weeks.
And in the way the offense is performed, and the way our line sucks and can't get a run game going, our tackles look bad. Say Amalu looks old. I fear to know what Brian Flores might do against that offense, the Steelers offense. But we had him. We had him as the linebacking coach and the assistant, defensive assistant. And we let him walk after 1 year. Why? Because we had Terrell Austin? Who cares? Did he have a solid year that year that Brian Flores was with us? I think, what was that, 2022? I forget. But that doesn't mean that he should have remained the defensive coordinator. What that meant is if you have the best guy available, you put that guy in position. But in my opinion, the reason he didn't is because Tomlin wanted his hand in the defense. And he still does. Otherwise, why are we still seeing the same garbage we've been seeing for a while? And why, after the playoff loss, why, after the worst collapse in Mike Tomlin's career, in my opinion, last year, losing 5 straight, why were there no coaching changes?
Zero.
Now we truly know why. We know exactly why. But why? Why were there no coaching changes? Why didn't anyone in the higher-ups make the move themselves? Art Rooney has way too much trust in Mike Tomlin, and that is the biggest downfall for the Steelers for so long, is that he thinks this guy can still achieve greatness. This guy can still achieve something for the Steelers. He still thinks that Mike Tomlin is the best guy available for them for so many years to lead them to a championship when he can't even lead us to a playoff victory.
I don't get it, man.
And I got a feeling that that's going to be the same result this year. And it's not because we lost badly to the Seahawks in depressing fashion. This is not being hot-headed. This is not overreacting because of loss. This is just seeing the same result again.
And it just overlaps. And it continues to overlap after every single season.
You're right. S-Dad says no coaching tree. Yeah, no coaching tree.
None.
None. I know Bill Belichick doesn't have the greatest coaching tree, but at least his coordinators went to have head coaching jobs.
Tomlin's coaching.
Brian Flores came from his coaching tree.
Tomlin's coaching tree is a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Oh, God.
Barely that. It's not good.
It doesn't even have a branch to hang on to.
No.
To pluck at. It doesn't even have that little branch with the little leaf that you just smack when walking by. It don't even have that.
It's just the same reoccurring issues.
It's just a log.
With the defense. Constant middle of the field targeting. I mean, like, dude, Sam Darnold just had his eye for middle of the field. He found JSN constantly. He found Cooper Kupp constantly. Torrey Horton constantly. Like, that middle of the field was just getting torn up.
Yeah.
And I've seen that time and time again. It's just frustrating to continue to watch that is their weak link right there is middle of the field because nobody's there. Nobody's covering it. All you got to do is watch the tape. All offense has got to do to prepare for the Steelers is watch the tape. Oh, middle of the field's wide open. All right, we know what to do. And it's so easy for them.
They pick it apart every chance they get.
It's so easy for them. And that's been the case with LeBeau. That's been the case with Butler. That's still the case with Austin. And Austin is nothing but a yes man. He's nothing but a guy that just fills the position.
Mike Tomlin, I obviously I don't know the inward communications or the discussions they have, but what it appears to me is Tomlin's like, okay, we're gonna run it this way and this way only. And that's what the coordinators have to do. Same thing can be said for the offense. Matt Canada fucking sucked. Swear jar. He sucked.
You know what? I'm not even.
But they ran the offense in one way for so long. They kept him too long.
Way too long.
In fact, going back to Fickner, it was the same game plan. And with Arthur Smith, there's a little more tight end usage. There's a little more tight end packages.
You see the Arthur Smith influence,
but
for sure.
There's not much more of an explosive offense. His bread and butter is getting the run game going, and we can't. Most of that has to do with the line. But I also question what's with the personnel usage. Why is Connor Hayward seeing a lot of time in 12 personnel? You got 3 starting-worthy tight ends you want to use, and you got Connor Hayward in there? They ran 13 personnel early into the game, and Scotty Miller was the lone wide receiver on the field with Kenneth Gainwell at running back.
That was on third down. That was their third down personnel.
In what world are you going to run 13 personnel and not have DK as the lone wide receiver?
A man you traded for, by the way. That you gifted a huge contract, by the way. You're not going to put him in that predicament?
After Jalen Warren's big catch and run.
65 yards.
65-yard run. Why was Kenneth Gainwell receiving goal line handoffs? I don't understand.
I don't get it.
And why was Caleb Johnson at kick returner? Why?
He made a mistake.
You have your slowest player out there playing kick returner.
Caleb Johnson, no doubt about it, not to interrupt you.
Go.
He made a mistake. There's no doubt about it. And Caleb Johnson acknowledges that he's got to learn. He's got to be better. He can't be making that mistake. Good on Johnson for that. But it's the fact of the matter, you can't make that mistake. But why Caleb Johnson when you know he's your slowest back and he, in college, has not returned a kickoff since 2023?
Yeah.
He's inexperienced. He has barely any experience with kickoffs.
And obviously, he didn't know the kickoff rules. So
why would you not use somebody that's faster? I don't know, like a Scotty Miller, like a Roman Wilson, even a Jalen Warren in there, who they put in for kick return after Johnson made the mistake.
Yeah.
And I know Scotty and Roman, they don't have much kick return experience, but neither did Caleb Johnson. So what's stopping the Steelers from putting a faster guy in Scotty Miller or Roman Wilson to return kicks?
Yeah. I don't understand.
What's stopping them?
And that was obviously the biggest turning point of the game for the Steelers. It was. But I think it all really started when Tomlin decided to not go for it on 4th and 1 at the Pittsburgh 48-yard line. It was at the end of the third quarter. The Steelers were at the Pittsburgh 39 after an awful punt from Dixon.
Michael Dixon.
They went 3 and out. They got only 9 yards on that drive. They were at the Pitt 48. The game was tied 14-14. They're at 4th and 1. And they decided to not go for it, instead decided to punt it. And that would later spiral into a field goal for Seattle, which obviously led to the kickoff, which led to the Caleb Johnson mishap, which ultimately led to a touchdown, and the Steelers never recovered.
No.
If he would have went for it, Lord knows how the game would have went. Would they have made it? We don't know. But I think it would have been more aggressive. I think it would have showed that he doesn't live in his fears. I think it definitely could have changed the trajectory of the game, seeing that the previous drive you threw an interception.
And that's the argument right here, is aggression, because the Seahawks twice in this game were in 4th and 1 predicament. The first time they were at the Pitt 21. They did a direct snap to their tight end, A.J. Barner, and he converted on 4th and 1. They were aggressive. They could have settled for the field goal, but they were aggressive at that point.
Yeah, why couldn't we do that?
Then Seattle went for it again. They had a second 4th and 1 at Pittsburgh 29. Could have settled for a field goal, but opted to go for it because the aggression was there. Now that play, Hayward tipped the pass and Nick Herbert got the interception.
Correct.
So the defense came up big on that play. Good on them. But it's the fact of the matter. The principle of it all is that Seattle, even with a new quarterback and new players on that offense, they were aggressive. They were aggressive. They tried. Tomlin did not try. And they got A-Rod. They have Aaron Rodgers.
And then it spiraled into this awful butterfly effect where it was just disastrous after that.
You have Aaron Rodgers, despite his age. You have A-Rod at quarterback for 4th and 1. You're not confident to go for it? Middle of the field?
You know, they ran.
It's not like you were way back in your own territory. No, you were pretty much middle of the field. Where was the aggression?
There was none, obviously. And in fact, Tomlin, when asked about not going for it, he says he wanted to protect an injured defense and put the Seahawks on a long field given neither offense was lighting it up. So he said he pretty much admitted he didn't trust his offense in that point, which is living in your fears. And he said he wanted to protect an injured defense. So protecting an injured defense is getting them back on the field. To me, protecting an injured defense is keeping them off the field, and the only way to do that in the 4th and 1 situation was going for it.
To which, after that punt, Seattle went on for 10 plays, 55 yards for 3 minutes, 47 seconds, and they settled for a field goal.
Which then spiraled into the Caleb Johnson mishap.
I don't know how that is protecting the defense or resting the defense, whatever he means.
It definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't. In fact, if he would have went for it, let's say he makes it. How's the game end? Maybe we win. Maybe not, but maybe not in that bad a fashion. It definitely saves Caleb Johnson from getting canned all over social media. Well deserved, by the way. He's an absolute idiot. And the Steelers are bigger idiots for putting him back there because he shouldn't have been there regardless. If their plan was to have Caleb Johnson at kick returner, why didn't they get a better one? I thought that's what Gainwell was for. He should be the primary kick return guy. He should be the primary guy down there. If you want Caleb Johnson blocking, fine, whatever. But Gainwell should be the primary one back there receiving the kickoffs. I don't understand it.
Neither do I. But the principle of it all is they were not aggressive. This early into the season as well. They're already showcasing that they are not aggressive.
No.
You could have at least tried, and they didn't.
Dante Kent is supposed to be the returner? Really? Tomlin doesn't like defensive backs returning kicks.
He's on IR anyway.
I think the last time Mike Tomlin had a defensive back return kicks or punts was Desmond King, and the time before that was Cam Sutton's rookie year. And then one time in preseason, Sutton muffed it, and that was the last we ever saw of that.
Tomlin really doesn't have a fear for stuff, does he?
I don't think he doesn't like defensive backs back there.
For one reason or another, it could be a fearful thing for him, or just a niche thing. I don't know.
Maybe he considers, well, they don't get the ball often, so maybe their carrying isn't as secure. So he doesn't trust them out there. That's living in your fears again, by the way.
Same issues, man.
Yeah. Dry says Arthur Smith isn't it. He's as mid as you can get for an offensive coordinator. Nothing is innovative about this offense. All short play action passes. Yeah. Nothing sporadic at all. It reminds me of Matt Canada with some variety. That's exact. I said that last year, actually. It's Matt Canada with variety. I think it was this time last year I said the same thing. It's Matt Canada with more 21 personnel, more 12, 13 personnel, more under center, more play action. That's about it. Is there more success? No, because they refuse to throw the ball, and they can't get a run game going, and I think a lot of that also has to do with the line. So I guess by default, I got to give him the benefit of the doubt there, but nothing about Arthur Smith and his play calling amazes me or gets me excited. It doesn't. It's just like,
no.
Which brings us back to coaching. I mean, all together, it's rough. It's the coaching staff that's leading this team, and I don't feel confident in it. I never did going into this season. I feared this was going to happen. And I don't see this being a coaching staff that can compete. I don't see this being a team that can compete in the AFC. Not when you allowed what you did to the Jets last week, and the Jets barely did half of what they did.
No, the Jets had 394 total yards on offense last week versus the Steelers. This week against Buffalo, and I know it's a division rival, but it's what I don't care about that. That's not an excuse to me.
The Bills' defense was awful last week versus the Ravens. In fact, I'd argue it's worse than the Steelers, or I thought it was. No, because but based off of what they have in name value compared to the Steelers, on paper, you're thinking, oh, the Steelers defense over the Bills any day. But then you see what the Bills did to the Jets today.
The Jets' total yards on offense was 154. Breece Hall,
yes.
Breece Hall had 19 carries for 107 yards on the ground. He ran all over us. This week, 10 carries, 29 yards.
29 yards.
That's it. Justin Fields, non-existent, did nothing.
No, he didn't. No, he did not.
So what's the excuse?
There's a poll in the chat, 243 votes. Who needs to go first? 57% widely say Mike Tomlin.
Hell, last week, Seattle, 230 total yards. Sam Darnold, 150 yards passing. This week, Seahawks have 395 total yards. Sam Darnold was 5 yards shy of 300 passing yards.
Yeah, and Kenneth Walker had 105 rushing yards and a tutty.
If you're not down with that,
yeah, it's bad.
We've got 2 words for you.
Ryan Connolly with a 2. Which loss is worse, Seattle over Pittsburgh or West Virginia University over Pittsburgh? Yeah, West Virginia beat Pittsburgh in overtime yesterday.
Yeah, backyard brawl. I'm gonna say Seattle. Seattle loss is worse. Personally.
I mean, I'm more of a Steelers fan, so yeah.
Imagine watching these high-powered offenses in the league and thinking we stand a chance. Can't keep up offensively, and there's no way they can stop them on offense. Pack it up for 2026. Couldn't agree more.
It's like it's like the Squidward meme.
I've had the same mindset, the same feeling for years now, because I remember when we used to get blown out in the playoffs.
We've got 2 words for you.
Joshua with 199. Keep defense young and cheap. Well, it's definitely not cheap. It's young to an extent, but they got some older guys up there, yeah. Especially with Slay, Ramsey, keeping Hayward around. Watson in his 30s now. But yeah, I remember watching the Steelers get blown out in the playoffs, and then I would see these opposing offenses. I'm thinking, how does this organization watch the rest of the league and not see the problem?
It's so crazy because
Am I-
when you watch these offenses go out there and do what they need to do, and then you watch the Steelers, it's like the Steelers are so far behind.
They
like,
are.
They don't
Oh my
even
God.
realize.
They are so way behind their time. They're so stuck.
into their own head, into their own ego. They don't even realize like you are a long road ahead
Yeah.
compared to these other teams. You may have the name value. You may have some future Hall of Famers. You may have the veterans. But
Damn.
the coaching staff, bro. Dude.
How many times? Speaking of which, how many times has Caleb Johnson taken a kickoff past like the 30-yard line, including preseason? Maybe 3 times out of 12 tries. He should have never been back there. More coaching malpractice. Yeah, he didn't look good in preseason at all, outside of a run or two on offense. But in the kick return duty, bro, no, never should have been back there.
No.
Never. Even if he knew the rules and did the right thing, he should have never been back there. He's too slow. Caleb Johnson's looking awful. I want to have hope for the guy, and I don't think he's going to be seeing any playing time in the next coming weeks. I think he'll be on the inactive list. He needs benched. He needs to humble himself, and he needs to, find a way to get over this adversity. But
It's an awful start for Caleb.
it is. It's absolutely awful, and I had higher hopes for Caleb. Maybe that's my fault for getting my expectations a little higher. I didn't think he'd get so many touches.
I anticipated a slow start for Caleb just based off the running backs ahead of him.
Yeah.
I didn't expect these mistakes. I didn't. Caleb's got to work on himself. He's got to work on his craft. He's got to get up to the NFL speed. No doubt about it.
TJ and Cam were washed. I mean, Cam's looking bad. And Watt, listen, I like Watt. He didn't really do much today outside of a couple plays. I'll also mention that the offense is scheming away from Watt,
Yeah.
which is the right thing to do.
Yeah, the play chart, if you saw on social media, like the Jets last week where they ran to the left, Seattle did the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. They ran up the left side, and they found so much success.
And how often are we really moving Watt around? Or
Not often. I see maybe once or twice a game. He's lining up on high.
That's not enough. That is not enough. It's not.
This fan base, or this fan base, yeah. This franchise has not been the same since getting Tebowed. Prove me wrong, dude. You're not wrong, bro.
Tebow took the Steelers' dignity, man. Jeez, dude.
That's awful. That's awful, man. That is really, really awful. TJ and Cam want incentive-based contracts. Go the other way. Start cutting their pay. I think they should, yeah. And then contractually, they probably can't, but still. Who's to blame for this horrific run defense? Harmon won't be able to fix this problem himself. No, he won't. Unless he's that good. Who's to blame for this horrific run defense? Bro, I think it has a lot to do with coaching. I mean, Hayward has no reason to be getting bullied the way he is.
No, zero.
Neither does any of the linemen. But I think Black and Benton are definitely in opposite positions. There's no push from anybody. The line is so soft. So soft. But I think it does start with coaching. I think it definitely starts with Tomlin and Austin, mostly Tomlin. Because I think he, out of everyone, has the most input on the defense. People can say all they want, fire Austin, and you're not wrong because he sucks. He's a good position coach. He was never a good defensive coordinator.
No.
The Bengals fired him years ago before the Steelers picked up the scraps.
Then the Lions years ago, before he was the Bengals DC, wasn't he fired too? From
Yes,
the
he's
Lions?
been fired twice from the coordinator position. And we kept this guy over Brian Flores. What are we doing? So, yes, he needs fired. He sucks. He's an awful coordinator. But will it make a difference? The answer, in my opinion, is no. I strongly think that even if Austin goes, Tomlin will just find another henchman, another yes-man to fill that spot, to be the scapegoat. Very much kind of like Matt Canada. Matt Canada sucked. Awful offensive mind. Awful scheme. Everything was shotgun and dink and dunk. No shots down the field. His scheme was horrific. But I do think Tomlin's like, you know what? We're going to run this a certain way. We're going to run this the way I want the team to run, which is run the ball and let's not be aggressive. Let's not be creative on offense. Let's not take chances because that's too risky.
Exactly. Too risky. too scared, not aggressive.
They play
not
so
not
conservative.
not creative.
They play so conservative, so safe, and that's the problem. That's the problem. When is Tomlin going to finally get aggressive? When is he going to stop living in his fears? When is he finally going to allow these guys to open things up? The answer is never. Because with Fickner, with Canada, now Smith, I noticed very little difference. Very little difference. With Butler, Smith, Austin, sorry. I noticed very little difference. In fact, the Steelers are blitzing more on defense. They're bringing the heat, and they can't come away with anything.
No.
They did maybe, once or twice today? Once or twice maybe with Peyton Wilson? Queen should have had him on that third down, which definitely could have changed the game. They're bringing the heat, but God.
No, everybody else, I mean, like, they're not sticky. They're not doing their assignment. And again, middle of the field is just exposed.
Yeah. Imagine Brian Flores with these players we have, it would be unstoppable. But since they have our coaching staff, that's just mid with a splash here and there. Yeah. Just like the interceptions today. Great plays by Ramsey and Hayward, and then Herbig coming down with the pick. But that's it. That's it. It's almost like the Steelers' version of the offense last year, where at the tail end, after that Bengals game, all they depended on was the moon balls, and it worked sometimes. Most times it didn't. There was a splash play here and there, but otherwise it was just...
You just kept doing it. It turned into a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
One-trick pony play, one-trick pony moment. That was it. And then look what happened toward the tail end. It wasn't effective.
No, it
It
wasn't.
was predictable. Teams knew how to stop it.
They should have Warren and KJ run the ball. The rookie run ain't going to get better without touches. They're running Gainwell too much, and he ain't getting it done. I agree 100%. I thought drafting KJ in the third round would have meant that he was going to get touches with Warren. They were going to split carries. They were the 1 and 2 punch.
Nope. And I told you I would not be surprised if Gainwell
right.
or if Johnson starts off at the 3 because Gainwell's veteranship, his experience.
Not just that, but he's a little more flexible. He has that receiving upside from his Memphis
and
days.
Smith already said that they're really excited about Kenneth Gainwell, and they really
not.
like what he brings to the passing game. Gainwell in 2 games has been non-effective on offense.
No, he should be the kick returner, and Caleb Johnson should be seeing rundowns. That's the only way he's going to improve.
You want to add a little dash of Kenny G here and there? Fine, but don't overly use Gainwell because he's doing nothing.
He's like the new Cordero Patterson. It's like, bro, can we like stop? Can we stop? And honestly, Caleb Johnson's probably not going to see touches for a while.
After his mistake.
If anything, he'll probably be inactive next week versus the Patriots. He might be active versus the Vikings. I don't know how long they're going to sit him. All I know is he's not getting kick return duties, and he's only getting 1 carry a game. And after what he did, I doubt that they're going to play him because Tomlin's going to look at that and think, he's a rookie and did that? You ain't seen the field anytime soon, bro. So Caleb Johnson, Lord knows when he's actually going to get touches from A-Rod under center or against the line. Nobody knows. Is he still going to be on the roster? I have no idea. I see people calling to cut him. Would the Steelers do that? I don't think so. This year, we need to just skip fire Austin and fire Tomlin signs and go to sell the team art. Stein the kid, I like that. I absolutely like that. Because truthfully, that's what he needs to do. Or he needs to hand it down to another Rooney.
No, Art's just there for show. Art doesn't care. If he cared, he would have made a move. He would have done something.
He switched the stadium name because of financial reasons. Instead of keeping it Pittsburgh tradition, he switched it to, I'm not going to call it, because financial reasons. I think that's what he cares about. He don't care about the football side of things. He don't. If he did, then he would have made changes a long time ago. And he's not going to make a single change. Mike Tomlin's contract is ran through the 2027 season. So we got all of 2025, all of 2026, and all of 2027. I will be shocked if Art the Clown grows a set and does the unthinkable. But the Steelers, first of all, they barely ever do that. It was very shocking they did it with Canada. I feel like they had to because it was it was universally known.
It got
that
Fire Canada chants were echoing in Penguins games and at pro wrestling events.
Yeah.
Loud in Steelers games, obviously, at home. Like the Steelers, they had to do it. They had to do it. They were backed into a corner by everybody, by the entire Pittsburgh fan base. They had to do it.
Yeah, I agree. That's the only reason they did it, because they had to.
The only way that it happens again is if it's the same predicament. Is if the fans continue to let their frustrations be heard, have their chants echo wherever they go.
Yeah.
Throughout Pittsburgh.
And I'm telling you right now, if this continues, if we get games like the Seahawks and even the Jets, although we won, still bad performance from defense. If this continues, I would not be shocked at all if we start seeing fire whoever or sell the team. You know how the Pirates, their fans are saying sell the team. Bob Nutting, sell the team. You had that kid with the sell the team shirt, and that was phenomenal. Shout out to the kid.
Yeah.
They're going to do the same thing? Is it going to get to that level? I feel like if it really gets to that level, it says a lot about this organization. Because honestly, it's never really been that bad of a scenario in the 3 head coaches that we've had. Never. Not that I recall, at least.
Based off my experience as a fan, no. I mean, would Dan Rooney, may God rest his soul, would he be comfortable with this? Would he be satisfied with this?
No, he wouldn't.
I know for a fact he would not.
Because under his tutelage, under his leadership, and his ownership, it was never this bad. We didn't have this long of a playoff drought. We didn't get this demolished on defense. The defense was bad, but we didn't get this demolished on defense. We weren't this poor on offense. This all came about once he passed in 2017. So like once he went on to the other side, things really took it downhill.
The Steelers' dignity went with him. The Steelers have not won a playoff game since Dan Rooney passed away.
Yeah.
We have yet to get a playoff victory for Dan.
As soon as I saw KJ in the preseason, I was saying he needs to be on the practice squad and bring in Lou Nichols. Yeah, Lou Nichols definitely showed much more burst than KJ, for sure. Absolutely.
He did. Lou Nichols was very impressive in limited snaps.
I think that they just didn't want to.
You know what? If they want to make Caleb Johnson a healthy scratch and discipline him and elevate Lou Nichols
For sure.
to the active roster for the Patriots, I'm not opposed to that.
Yep. Passed on Creed Humphrey for Najee Harris because Tom was in his feelings and one of the Alabama running backs.
Twice.
Passed on Creed Humphrey twice. I still would have had Creed over Frymuth. I would have been fine with Najee, but he was there in the second. How do you pass on that? That's the steal of the draft. Right there. Right there. I like Frazier, but Lord above. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't have to go through the headaches of the 2 centers we had before Frazier.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we got our center. I love Frazier. He's good. I think he'll be great.
Donnie Lund says fire Tomlin needs to be chanted everywhere. I think at some point it's going to reach those levels. I do. I truly do. I think a lot of the fans are over it. I think we really want to see change. I think we all want to see change. Could it be worse? Could we have losing seasons? Yeah, we could. But we also might not. Even if we have losing seasons, at least we start over. I think that's what this team needs to do.
The Steelers, they're just here. And I think that they just still will be. Still early into the season, but I think the Steelers are just still going to be right in the middle.
Yeah.
They're not progressing forward. They're just there.
Elevate Keyshawn Williams from the practice squad. Drop Super Hayward down. Williams can be our returner, and he's good on special teams. He is. Keyshawn Williams is a stud on special teams.
Yeah. Had some moments in preseason, look good.
Where's all the Roman Wilson fans at? Guy's done nothing. Hey, he got his first career catch, okay? Hold on, give him some slack. He got his first career catch today. It happened. It happened. It's finally happened. Passed on Bucky Irvin for guard, and we already had a guard, and we released him. They had Najee and Warren at the time. So I don't think they were going to take Bucky. I get what you're saying. And I like McCormick. I don't think they were ever going to bring back James Daniels. So I get what you're saying, but I personally like Mason McCormick. I don't think he's done a bad job at all.
I haven't seen a lot of bad from Mason McCormick.
I haven't seen a lot of bad from McCormick or Frazier. It's been just mostly the other three guys, in my opinion. I haven't found much negative with Frazier
And
or McCormick.
we talked about the coaching throughout this whole stream. It's the point of the stream. But Pat Meyer, why is he still here?
You know what? That's a great question that
Why
I can't answer.
is Pat Meyer still the Steelers' offensive line coach? I'm going to ask you guys a genuine question. Since Pat Meyer has been O-line coach, exactly what has he done?
Nothing.
Who has he progressed?
He sucks.
Why is he here?
He's an awful. This goes back to, the coaching staff or the ownership seeing the same result all over again, and them not seeing or thinking to themselves, this is too much. Like I keep seeing the same thing, that we got to make changes. How does Mike Tomlin see what Mike Munchak did with his line, and then see, what's his name, Pat Meyer, and think that's good enough? How dare you? How dare you, dude? That doesn't sit right with me.
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't sit right with me at all. Like I'm not a coach, but if I was a coach, I'm always looking for the best guy available. I'm always looking for the best person in that spot to elevate my football team. Pat Meyer's not that. Pat Meyer sucks.
I mean, the writing was on the wall after he was relieved by the Panthers. He was the Panthers O-line coach before he was the Steelers O-line coach. He didn't do anything for the Panthers. They got rid of his ass. They fired him.
Marlon Nicholson says Pat Meyer, the Matt Canada of O-line coaching. Ooh.
Who's worse, Pat Meyer or Sean Sarrett? Remember him?
Yes, he was bad. But I'd argue Sherritt didn't have the best personnel. It was aging, and then he had what was his name? Trey Turner?
Yeah, we signed him up because David DeCastro,
He had Chucks.
he retired.
At least with Pat Meyer, he's got 4 guys on rookie deals. 2 of them being first-round tackles.
You got a front office who is constantly trying to grow the trenches.
Yeah.
They put so much focus, so much attention, so much capital into the trenches. And Meyer has not helped in their development.
I find it funny you say they put so much capital and attention there. I wish I could say the same thing about the coaching staff. This coaching staff is so cheap. They have the smallest coaching staff in terms of number and personnel, and they refuse to pay anyone good to lead that certain group.
Dan, the number of coaches that they have is the same as last year. But they changed 2. No, they didn't change. No, they filled 2 positions because their inside linebackers coach left for the Jets, and they had to replace him with the former Cowboys linebacker coach.
Great.
And they got rid of their previous defensive backs coach or secondary coach to bring back Gerald Alexander.
Who I like. I do like.
I think Gerald Alexander is a very good defensive back coach. He actually did very good as the safeties coach for the Raiders last year. Troy's nephew, Isaiah Palomau, he's a starter for the Raiders, a good one at that.
Isaiah Palomau is a good safety.
Who was the other safety? Morig for the Panthers, right? He had a good season.
Yeah. Grayson Brown with a 499 says, if you make changes yet the team results are the same, what is the constant? Tomlin has not evolved as a coach and it's holding the Steelers back. Correct. With all of the coaching changes, with all the new assistant coaches, with all the new coordinators, we get the same rerun every fucking season. How do the fans see it, but the guy in charge refuses to see it? Is he scared? Is he scared of getting rid of Tomlin because he knows in his heart that he can get them non-losing seasons, and that's okay with him because it keeps the fans just enough involved to get money in his pockets? Is he scared that if he gets rid of Mike Tomlin that the team could be worse? I'm sorry. I would much rather take the chance of being worse than seeing the same result every year and not advancing.
Or are they so caught up in their own head and their own ego that, they had a winning record, a winning season, so to speak.
Who cares?
They didn't have a losing record. So if we just add a bit more and just keep running with the same people because we had a winning record over the past how many freaking years, we could This team can be elevated. This team can go places. This team can vie for a championship.
No, it can't.
They are so caught up in their own head. You're literally stuck in the same predicament. There's no growth. There's no progression. There is nothing that is happening with this team, but the same old Steelers.
Yes. And the chat, I'm just seeing now the chat, Burrow is out 3 months. Wow.
Jeez.
Joe Burrow is out 3 months with a grade 3 turf toe injury that will require surgery and sideline him, for at least 3 months. Oof.
Jeez. So hold on, 3 months?
3 months. So I forget
October, November. He'll be back late December, if anything.
they're not making the playoffs.
We face the Bengals October 16th. That's week 7.
So we won't see Burrow.
We won't see Burrow at all.
We won't see Burrow at all.
We won't see Burrow at all.
He's not going to be back for November 16th, so we will not see Joe Burrow one bit this season.
So it's going to be Jake Browning.
And watch us get torched in those games by a backup quarterback. I still remember that Ryan Finley game. Also, update on Alex Highsmith, because he got hurt again. Dude, I'm getting tired of this guy. I'm getting real tired of this guy. They need to trade him.
Since
I'm sweating. He needs to go.
Listen, I was going to bring up, since his extension that the Steelers gifted him, 2-3 off seasons ago?
Mm-hmm.
The guy's constantly been hurt. Been missing games. And now...
And he hasn't had a double sack season yet.
No, he hasn't.
Double-digit sack season.
And now the update on Highsmith is that he has sustained a high ankle sprain, and he's expected to be out 4 to 6 weeks and most likely a candidate for IR.
So who's going to play that fourth edge piece? Malik Harris can't.
He's on
hurt.
IR.
Who's going to play that fourth edge piece?
They're going to have to sign somebody if they want to fill that position.
Now, this is why they drafted Jack Sawyer, because of this. Last year, TJ Watt, Nick Herbig, and Alex Highsmith only played 5 games together. And then when Highsmith would get hurt, Herbig would come back. When Herbig came back, or when Highsmith came back, Nick Herbig got hurt. So this is why they drafted Jack Sawyer. The only issue with Sawyer is he doesn't have an arsenal. He doesn't have a pass rush arsenal at all. He's got one move, which is trying to use his power in a bull rush, when he should really focus more on using some of his strength and using that to his advantage and adding more to his arsenal.
Yeah.
He's always trying to, not just the bull rush, but dip down like he's Watt. You're not athletic enough.
Actually, you know what they're probably going to do? They're going to
What?
put Highsmith on IR, and they'll just sign DeMarvin Leal off the practice squad because he's now primarily
that
edge.
part, yeah.
So Leal will be the fourth edge. I just remembered he's on the practice squad.
Oh, God.
So Leal will most likely just get activated.
Just what we needed. More injuries on the defense when the defense is already awful with the starters.
Yeah, we won't have Elliott till after the bye. Harmon, I'm hopeful next week.
I don't
know though.
I'm not hopeful. He might be back for the Vikings game, but
JPJ, I mean, he's dealing with a hamstring injury. Those are lingering.
and I don't want to hear excuses. Oh, the defense is hurt. We were doing this when the defense was healthy.
Yeah, when Elliott was in, when JPJ was in, they were allowing these plays.
If anything, it might be worse. It could be better. Maybe Herbig's going to bring something that Highsmith can't, which is explosiveness, a little bit of speed. Herbig played solid today. There wasn't enough pressure on the edge from either guy, but at least Herbig, we can trust him to an extent.
Yeah.
Maybe the Steelers run a lot more 3 outside linebacker blitzes, which they did entertain a little bit today. Harmon had problems stopping the run in college. What do you guys think is going to happen to him in the NFL? Well, considering that he's going to be coming off an injury, it might not be good. It might not be good at all. I'm hoping at least he can add more to the interior pass rush. That's his best set, is he's so explosive off the snap. He can get so many pressures. He had over 40 last year.
Yeah.
But stopping the run, yeah, that might be an issue. I don't think he's going to completely fix it. I don't think he's going to come in and be the savior.
The end all be all.
He's not that. It's not like he's Aaron Donald.
You're really relying on a rookie. Like
This coaching staff would be elite in a high school league. Yeah, they can go play for. I don't know what high schools are down there. What high schools are down there?
I don't know.
Is there an Allegheny High? Is that a thing? I have no idea. I don't know any other Pittsburgh schools. They can definitely go entertain some of it. They might look good for Pitt. You know what I'm saying? My expectations for the season are 7-10. Says know your options. That's an option. That is certainly an option. At best, we are 2-2 coming out of the bye week. Yeah, I agree. At best, yeah.
Yeah, at best.
We might beat the Patriots next week, but I don't feel great about the Vikings. My before the season started predictions was that we were gonna beat the Vikings. I don't know anymore, bro. We got Brian Flores going up against, and the way this defense is playing, I'm scared what Jay Jettas might do.
Well, heck, like beforehand, the Patriots. I don't want to underestimate the Patriots, and that's at Foxborough.
They had 30
That's in Gillette
points.
Stadium.
They had 30 points today.
33 points. Drake May had 3 total touchdowns.
All I know is I'm really scared of what Henderson might do because he's a great running back, a great running back. One of my favorite running backs coming out of this class. I was so mad the Patriots got him.
The Patriots had 333 total yards on offense.
He's also got a ton of receiving upside, and that scares me too.
Yeah.
In fact, what were their stats?
I'll check right now. Ramondre Stevenson had 54 yards for 11 carries. Henderson didn't see a lot of carries, 3 catches at 10 yards. But he did have 2 catches for 30 yards. So they're kind of easing in Henderson, but you never know. Stevenson was really the playmaker for the offense. Because he also had 5 catches, 88 yards.
They both got great backs with receiving upside.
Jeez.
Kayshawn Booty caught a great touchdown. Yeah. Tanking for Arch? No.
Arch
isn't ready.
He is off to a very rough start.
Arch is not ready. He might look good against lower schools, lower divisions, but still makes boneheaded plays like the interception he did. Arch isn't ready. And I don't think he was ever going to declare anyway. And I don't think the Steelers don't tank. They're never going to tank. They might not look good right now, but they're definitely never going to tank. I can tell you that right now.
Well, Tomlin's always said, he said it about Chase Young back in, I think it was 2020. He said, I don't want to lose that many amount of games to get a player like you.
Yeah, I don't want to lose enough games to get a player like you. Yeah.
He said the same about Jabril Peppers during his Tomlin Tuesday last week.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we saw no Jabril Peppers on defense. At least I didn't.
I didn't either.
And his number's an eyesore. He's number 40. I saw Peppers involved with the Caleb Johnson miscue on the kickoff. That's all I saw of Peppers.
G209 says Kevin O'Connell is a real coach. Justin Jefferson is going to carve us up. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
No,
surprised.
Kevin O'Connell's a great coach.
If they keep playing like this, 7-10 is very realistic. I just looked at the schedule again.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Why not? Because New England next week, Minnesota at Crow Park Stadium in Dublin, then the bye. Then we got
13 straight games.
Got the Browns. That should be a win, right? The Bengals without Burrow twice. The Packers. Broderick.
That's god.
The
we're going with
Colts.
that. Okay, you know what?
The Chargers. The Bears.
Dude, the Colts are 2-0.
The Bills.
Oh fuck.
The Ravens twice. The Dolphins. And we'll see. The Lions. The Browns again.
All right.
And the Ravens to close it.
Patriots. Oh shit, I forgot that is in Gillette Stadium.
Gillette.
That's in Foxborough.
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm gonna say we beat the Patriots somehow.
2-1.
And we lose to the Vikings. We might honestly lose out to the bye. I don't know. Say we beat the Browns. We beat the Bengals. Not confidently. We lose to the Packers. The way the Colts got our number, man, they might beat us. We used to have their number. Now they beat us 2 straight years.
The Colts are 2-0. They beat the Broncos.
If you're not down with that,
I can't.
we've got 2 words for
I can't.
Daniel Jones threw for 316 yards and a touchdown.
Matthew with a
What?
10 says the Rooney Rule was great, but it's time for a change. I agree. Absolutely.
And that's all what it comes down to. That's all that it comes down to. The team just needs a change of scenery. You could argue Tomlin does too.
Yeah, it's like Andy Reid with the Eagles, bro. It's just not working out. We lose to the Packers. Somehow beat the Colts. Lose to the Chargers. Lose to the Bengals. I think we sweep not sweep. We split with the Bengals. Lose to the Bears.
That's at Soldier Field. We just don't have good history in Chicago.
No. plus Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Bills loss, Ravens loss, Dolphins win, Lions loss, Browns win, Ravens win. So hold on. All right, I'm gonna boldly say we go 2-2 with the bye.
2-2.
We beat the Browns,
3-2.
lose to the Bengals,
3-3. 3-4.
3-4 versus the Packs,
4-4 Colts.
4-4 Colts, 4-5 versus the Chargers,
4-5.
5-5 versus the Bengals,
5-5.
which is above that 500, always staying there, right? Lose to the Bears,
5-6. That's at week 12 now. 5-6.
5-6, 5-7 versus the Bills,
5-7.
5-8 versus the Ravens,
5-8. That's 3 straight losses. Oh!
beat the Dolphins,
6-8.
lose versus the Lions,
That would be Tomlin's first losing season.
and then we went out versus the Browns and Ravens. So we're looking at what?
8-9. 8-9.
I'm not trying to sound all doom and gloom here, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it goes.
8-9. Unless the Steelers pull off the upset, or maybe A-Rod still got some left in him enough to beat his NFC North rivals,
Yeah.
including the Bears. I still own you, you know?
No, he doesn't. No. Our history is going to come to bite us versus Chicago.
I don't know. Maybe that's the win. Maybe that's the win. And then Tomlin's record is safe. It's alive.
Is that what we've come to? Oh man, we got to make sure Tomlin doesn't have a losing season. That's what's going to be written on his draft bust. Never had a losing season.
They just better get the eyes right, because his eyes, man.
And yes, he's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, of course. No doubt about it.
We have the highest paid defense by a mile. The problems are so deep at so many levels. Trade Tomlin for a first round pick or two. And let's see what kind of offensive mind we can find as well as a defensive coordinator, such as Abby Archer. I'm all for that. All for that. That's why I wanted them to do this past offseason. In fact, if y'all remember, I'm going to bring it up. I'm not sure if y'all remember. The Steelers got calls from the Bears regarding Mike Tomlin, and they debunked them. They didn't even have a civil conversation.
Yep.
Hung up the phone. Why didn't they entertain? I would have taken a first rounder for Mike Tomlin. You kidding me? I would have absolutely took a first rounder for Tomlin. If
They could have gotten more than that, man. Think about it.
If they can still do that, yeah.
They could have gotten more than that if the Bears are, like, serious.
Chase Claypool, where's he at? I don't know, and I don't care. Is he still on TikTok? I'm never on TikTok.
I don't know.
I'm never on TikTok. So I don't know. TikTok is a cesspool, in my opinion. Absolute cesspool. He has one playoff win with a team that wasn't his. It was Kyler's team.
Yep.
Tried giving him the benefit of the doubt after Ben retired, and I was trying to be hopeful for the guy, and I'm not. I think it was after that Texans loss, week 4 in 2023, I gave up. I'm like, nah, dude. Like, I always had that thought in my mind, he can never do it. But I wanted to give him a chance with his own quarterback that he drafted.
Yeah.
He'll get another chance next year, but I'm not getting my hopes up this time. I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt again, bro. I'm not doing that.
Unless the season is just that bad and the team is playing that bad and it's so apparent that Rooney does something that we do not expect from him to do.
Yeah.
The Steelers could completely, truly clean house and kind of pull what the Commanders did last year. When they hired Dan Quinn, they hired Cliff Kingsbury. When they hired Joe Witt, knew everything. And they drafted Jaden Daniels with the first pick.
Yep.
Their first round pick early. It was a whole different regime. And we saw what the Commanders did. Surprisingly, it's very impressive, an impressive team.
Yep.
Got a bright future. They indicated that. Do the Steelers do it? No. No, that ain't happening.
2K is easy says the fact we haven't won a wild card game in almost a decade is kind of crazy, right? It is. That's the longest playoff drought that we've had, the playoff win drought that we've had.
In team history.
Yeah. Since before or pre-Immaculate Reception. In fact, Tomlin is, I believe, one game away, one playoff loss away for the most consecutive playoff losses by a coach. We're tying it with Marvin Lewis.
Marvin Lewis. How many times do we make jokes about the Bengals and Marvin Lewis.
We've lost. How many playoff games have we lost straight? 6?
6 straight losses,
5
5 one and dones,
dones.
4 of them in the wild card straight.
And Marvin Lewis went what, 0-7 in the playoffs?
I believe he did.
So Mike Tomlin is one playoff loss away. Like if we make the wild card and he loses, he will tie Marvin Lewis for the most consecutive playoff losses in NFL history. Marvin Lewis. I remember making fun of this guy. I remember making fun of the Ravens because you can't win a playoff game.
I remember us talking about it after the Ravens playoff loss.
Yeah.
And here we are already week 2 with the fear of that happening because of the same constant mistakes from years ago. From just last year alone.
That doesn't sit right with me, bro. That doesn't sit right with me at all.
It doesn't.
I was never one of those guys that said Tomlin won with college players and coaches, but what has he done since? And now that the last one, Ben, is gone, it's been a lot worse. It's been a lot worse, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know, like, after losing your future Hall of Fame quarterback, it's always going to be tough unless you're the Packers, of course, and you get lucky. Even still, I feel like with this roster, it's definitely capable. I don't think it's capable of competing, but it's capable of winning football games and potentially winning a playoff game, maybe making a push. I feel like this team is so bad compared to what they're advertised for. Matthew with a 5. The problem is Tomlin. The Roonies will never hold him accountable. Highest paid defense, playing like garbage from a defensive coach. That continues to boggle my mind. Is how are you a defensive coach and you're this bad?
Again, I'll read the stats here. 11 straight games. This defense has allowed 300 or more total yards for opposing offenses. That includes the playoff loss versus Baltimore. Last time Steelers didn't allow such on defense was Week 10 versus the Commanders after their bye week last season. Steelers defense is allowing on average 28 points per game in the last 9 games, including the Ravens playoff loss. In 6 of the last 11 games, the defense has allowed 28 or more points to opposing offenses.
Wow. Highest paid defense. You got all these new faces. You got Watt and Hayward at this point robbing the team.
Yet the same problem. It's like
issues.
putting a Band-Aid on a leak. Oh, that'll hold it.
Yeah, it's like a Band-Aid over a gunshot wound. That's gonna save it.
Let's put some duct tape. Duct tape fix everything.
I am a full-blown believer that Tomlin is the main issue. Everything that has happened with this team for so many years and all the issues all stems from him. He is the common denominator.
And we said that after the Week 4 blowout loss in Stroud's rookie year versus the Texans, we made a video that night, uploaded it, said, Steelers will never win another Super Bowl under Mike Tomlin.
That's the title of the video. That is the title of that video.
That was 2 years ago, and we felt the same way throughout that season, felt the same way last season, even with the new quarterback change and Arthur Smith and whatnot.
Yeah.
Toward the tail end, we talked about the collapse. We talked about Tomlin's miscues and the same old with the Steelers. And here we are already, even after the offseason they had, the additions, the veterans they brought in, their mission, already week 2, and we still feel the same way.
Yeah.
It has been well documented on this channel for 2 years now. Heck, longer.
I remember.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for
Told
you.
y'all we should have never signed washed up A-Rod. I didn't want A-Rod. I wanted Fields. I wanted to keep Fields because I didn't think this team was capable of making a push, but this team wanted nothing more than to try to make a push when they can't even realize from organization and a coaching aspect, they are not good enough. I've settled with A-Rod now, and it's not all his fault. Today wasn't all his fault. That last interception was. He almost threw another one earlier to Kendrick. But
Kendrick ultimately got that
No.
interception, but
I never wanted A-Rod because to me it spoke of desperation by the team because they're trying to make a last-ditch effort when they can't even think to themselves, we're not good enough. They can't acknowledge they're not good enough.
still feels the same way.
Yeah.
No different.
If Omar is offered 2 firsts for TJ before the deadline, he needs to take it. It might hurt the fans' feelings, but it's time. As long as Tomlin is here, TJ will never win a ring. He might never even win a playoff game. He'll be like Brandon Marshall, where Brandon Marshall had this great career, but never won a playoff game. I don't think he ever made the playoffs.
He never made the playoffs. Brandon Marshall never played a playoff game. Ever.
Wow. As long as Tomlin is here, TJ will never win anything more than DPOY awards, which at this point he might never win another one anyway. That's the great that is Watt's ceiling, unfortunately, with this team. So yeah, I would agree. I would hate to see him go, but at least if I know, and I know for certain Tomlin's not going anywhere, I would at least give TJ the chance to go play elsewhere and get an opportunity. Almost like DeMarcus Ware. He wasn't winning nothing with the Cowboys. He went to the Broncos, was part of that great 2015 defense.
Defense, yeah.
Won a Super Bowl.
I feel bad for TJ. I do.
I do.
I mean, his brother JJ, who's been retired for years now, his brother JJ has a more recent playoff win.
Yeah.
I think that was with the Texans, and I think that was Bill O'Brien as head coach.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. As long as Art Rooney is the owner, TJ will never win anything. That's what you should. Oh, yeah. Same applies. The exact same applies.
Yep. Jeff Turner, 2 games in, same shit. We got superstars, and we freaking suck. Rooney's got dementia. Never changes.
No, never change. Nothing's going to change, bro. It's okay, guys. No need to panic. It's just one game of many. Yeah, one game of 57 consecutive weeks of the same garbage.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Stressful Steelers football. It's what we love to call it. SSF.
Let's see. Since 2016, no, 2017. Since 2017, so 2018 and onward, it has been how many weeks of the same garbage?
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Our offense is mid, but the D insists on shootouts.
Says 2K is easy with a 199. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how we feel right now, man. Like no kidding, no lie. Like
Isaiah, you're correct. Dan Rooney would have never stood for this. No.
Like
we even through the long wait it took to go from Bradshaw to Ben, this team was never this embarrassing. They never had a playoff drought this bad ever, and they had awful quarterbacks fill in. They had Malone, they had Tomziak, they had Neil O'Donnell, they had who else? What other names am I missing?
Brister.
Yeah, Bubby Brister.
How many other fill-ins?
They had
how many other backups?
Cordell Stewart, who was way ahead of his time. I always thought he was a good quarterback. Tommy Maddox. Despite all that, all those guys filling in between Bradshaw and Ben, this team was never this embarrassing. Did we suffer through heartbreak? Yes. I mean, I wasn't born for it. Some of you guys probably were. But it wasn't this bad. I think the longest playoff drought before that was, or the longest playoff drought in between that was somewhere between 82 and 84 or something. I forget. I'd have to do my research again. But it definitely wasn't this bad. It was never this bad.
No, because even in Chuck Noll's later years, he never settled for BS. He never settled for mediocrity.
No.
Even when he tried to improve the team, like he failed in his later years. Of course, the team failed, but at least he tried. I get that sense he tried.
Oh, he definitely tried. Do we see anything happen tomorrow? Rumors or news? Probably not.
No.
Well, if anything, we'll get Highsmith on IR, and then they'll probably elevate Leal like Rob insinuated to earlier.
I bet that's what they do.
Otherwise, yeah, I don't know.
There will be no like breaking news. Steelers fire so and so. No.
Wasn't James Pierre hurt too?
James Pierre suffered I wrote it down. What was it? It was a arm injury. And Loudermilk, I think Tomlin indicated Loudermilk also has a high ankle sprain. Or high ankle injury.
We could get 2 guys, maybe 3 guys on IR. And then that could open up a roster spot for Leal, maybe Beanie, maybe Lou Nichols. Maybe Lou Nichols is now going to be the 3rd running back over Caleb Johnson. Maybe he'll see kickoff returns, which I would entertain to because he's got burst.
He's got fight.
He's got some shiftiness. It's week 2. I get it's week 2. I know. But it's also week 56 of the same mistakes. So excuse me for already expecting what we've seen for 7 years now.
This isn't us panicking. This isn't us overreacting. It's us fed up with the same old. It is. It's a reoccurring, overlapping problem. I've said it time and time again. I mean, like, dude, like, I haven't taken off my jersey. I'm still wearing a Boswell jersey. I'm still wearing a hat. I have not removed this whatsoever. Me and Dan just been down here gathering our thoughts of just what continues to transpire.
I haven't been able to watch the football. We got the Falcons and Vikings game on right now, which it looks like a complete bore fest.
The Eagles beat the Chiefs. Good on them to get the win. I hardly paid attention to that game.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's not all bad. You want some positivity? Here you go. We have a better record than the Chiefs. When was the last time we could say that, huh? When was the last time we could say that? We got a better record than the Kansas City Thieves. Woo!
We're up in the world.
The Chiefs suck. But I bet you if we were to face the Chiefs, they would have blown us out 40-6.
Oh, dude. I'll never forget that Christmas game, dude. I'll never forget Nate Burleson calling touchdown before Mahomes even releases the ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was bad.
If you're not down with that,
I'm not down with that.
we've got 2 words for
Matthew, we
you.
appreciate you, man.
With a 5.
Tomlin has complete control of this team. That's the problem. He reminds me of Jerry Jones, but the Steelers kept it quiet. We'll keep it quiet. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. I get the similarities, definitely, for sure. It's like week 1,000 of Tomlin.
Yeah. Probably
It's
longer than
funny.
that. It's longer than that, dude.
Doesn't matter if this defense had all the best players in the league, they would still be trash. Yeah. I feel the same way when people say we should have taken Jalen Hurts over Claypool. Should they have? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not debunking that they shouldn't because Hurts is obviously a much better player, more successful. But my
If
argument,
you're not down with that, we've got
Isaiah, I
2
feel you.
words for
My
you.
argument is Matt Canada would have no idea how to use him. Matt Canada would have no idea how to work with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts would have not the same amount of success as he would if he wasn't selected.
Imagine Jalen Hurts with Matt Canada as his OC.
Bro. And then people would have called Hurts an awful bust and an awful replacement. Hurts is where he needs to be. Isaiah with 199 says, I don't care. I want Caleb off my team. I don't care if he's a rookie. They're not going to because they drafted him so high. And Omar, I've noticed this with Omar Khan. He doesn't let go of his guys so early. He was so quick to get rid of Cobra's guys, but with his people that he's brought in, he likes who he brought in. He likes the culture he's trying to set, which hasn't really been set yet. Maybe that's also a coaching issue. I think it definitely is. But he doesn't want to get rid of his guys. He wants to keep his guys in his spot or on his roster and see how they pan out. He's going to give them an opportunity.
Right.
Some of them have definitely bit him in the butt because Broderick Jones sucks. And I have no faith in Broderick. None.
No, he gave up another sack.
I have no faith in Broderick. None at all.
No. Broderick ain't doing much. JPJ, we'll see when he's healthy. Keanu Benton, he's miscast. Darnell Washington's been good as a blocking tight end, but I don't think he's utilized enough as a target. Herbig's great.
We have the same record as the Ravens. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
But in retrospect, when you look at it, the Colts have a better record than us. The Colts are better than the Chiefs right now.
They're 2-0. But Daniel Jones. Wow.
God almighty. Isn't it funny how it works that way? It's so funny how it works that way, right? I mean,
Just like everybody thought.
2 months from now, it won't be that way, but the Chiefs are 0-2 for the first time since Mahomes has been their starting quarterback, which is
First time since 2014.
it's been a good thing.
It's been a bit, yeah.
It's been a good thing. But no, I'm sure they'll still make the playoffs. They're very beatable. The Chiefs are very beatable. The Chiefs are not threatening no more. They don't have no threatening receivers. Kelsey is definitely washed. And Mahomes, I feel like sometimes he gets way too desperate. Way too desperate.
Yeah.
Their run is slowing down. They'll still be an AFC favorite. I think they'll always have the refs in their pockets.
Mhm.
But, yeah, they're beatable. The recipe is there. Just get to cooking.
Get to stirring that gravy, dude.
Absolutely. I like that one. Stir up the gravy.
Kevin Dotson has actually been better since he went to the Rams. I wonder why.
I don't know. Maybe because they put him at his proper spot at right guard,
And the right scheme for him to work on.
and he has proper coaching around him. What a concept, right?
Dude, he's got Sean McVay, dude. Wow. Good on Dotson.
I definitely
Good on Dotson.
Whenever Tomlin leaves, which if we're lucky, by the grace of the Lord above, it'll be after 2027 when his contract runs out and he can hopefully retire and leave us in peace. I do want an offensive coach. I do want an offensive-minded coach. Defensive coaches work. Mike McDonald, I think, is going to work out for the Seahawks. I don't know about Darnold, but I think he's a good coach. Sean McVay's had a good coaching career with the what's it called? The Bills. But no, we need an offensive-minded coach. We do. We absolutely do. Who that is at that time, I don't know. I don't know who could be available at that time, but it needs to be offensive-minded coach. We've had too many defensive-minded coaches on this staff. Bill Cowher was obviously one. Mike Tomlin, obviously.
Chuck Noll was one.
Chuck Noll was one too.
Chuck Noll was the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Colts when they lost Super Bowl III to the Jets.
Yeah.
So it dates back way back to 69.
Yeah. 3 straight defensive head coaches. Can we toll the bell 3 times for the Mike Tomlin bullshit? Yeah, I got you.
If you're not down with that,
The timing.
we've got 2
I couldn't hold back. I'm sorry.
Matthew with another 5. Tomlin is the problem. He makes the play calls on offense and defense. I do believe that. I do believe that. He tells the coaches, we're going to do it this way and this way only, and then it just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't work. Tomlin wants to run this team a certain way because it's so safe, and it's actually very bad.
And it's only going to continue. And we're going to continue to preach that throughout the time Tomlin's here, really.
Broderick didn't even play that much in college, and Steelers ignored that. No, he played 1 full season and maybe, I don't know, 2-3 games of college the year before that. That was his starting experience in college at left tackle. And then they took him raw out of Georgia, passed on Christian Gonzalez, and put him at right tackle for the last 2 years. And Broderick's still not ready. Now, I wanted to go tackle that year because I thought the Dan Moore experiment was over, and in fact was not. So if the Steelers knew they were going to keep running with Dan Moore, why didn't you go another position? Why? Why didn't you go another position? Makes no sense.
I don't know.
Makes no sense.
I don't know. You guys saw our reactions. We were hyped.
I was very hyped for Broderick because I wanted them to go line.
I yelled out loud, "You're going to protect my quarterback."
Are you sure about that? That didn't age well.
I take that back.
You're going to protect my quarterback. Nah, bro. Tomlin's WWE name would be the Underachiever.
Yep.
It would be the Gong, but man, I'm fucking working. And then it goes on to some Def Rebel garbage.
You hear an echo throughout the arena totality.
Minimize.
Schematics.
Oh, God.
Swirling those nuts. Fluidity. I could keep going.
It's a word salad guy, bro. Season over, just put Will Howard in. If he's not the guy, then draft quarterback next year. Well, they're going to draft a quarterback regardless. It'll be competition for Howard, but they're not just going to go with Howard off of a couple games. They're going to go quarterback regardless.
Mason with it too. Steelers won't progress until Mike T is gone.
I'm glad a lot of us are on the same wavelength. We're all on the same path here. All 350 agents in here, almost 100 likes on a Sunday night. We had a peak of 1,700 for the game. Thank y'all. And we still got over 350 on YouTube. I don't know how much we got on Twitter or X. But
I can check that right now.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday night. Maybe it's more entertaining than this Vikings and Falcons game.
Isaiah with a 199. The fact we traded up to draft Broderick.
Yeah. We didn't trade a lot. It was just an extra 4th, but it's the principle of the matter. Maybe we should.
I remember that too, because the Patriots the Bill Belichick specifically, he wanted to F over the Jets, only for the Jets to take Will McDonald.
Yeah.
I think the Jets are satisfied with that.
I think Belichick should have just taken more.
He didn't.
Belichick should have just taken more.
He didn't.
Maybe they should have let the Jets take him.
We've got 2 words for you.
Mason with a 5. Also, Broderick is softer than Sharman. That's his main problem.
Yeah, he is very soft. He's soft. His pre-snap stance is very bad. His technique, it throws him off balance a lot of times. He's not aggressive with his punches. His hands are too high or wide most of the time. I haven't seen no improvement there.
No.
Supposed to be inside the chest, not high and wide. That's where you get messed up. That's where you get messed up. He's so easy to read for the pass rush, man. So easy. John Mateer from Oklahoma. He would be nice. I think he's a little short, but he's looking good. He could keep it up. He could keep it up and rise his stock for sure. I really like Lenore Sellers too. Now, he himself needs to work a lot on the quarterback position and the way he is in the pocket. He just needs to be comfortable. He needs to be comfortable and learn to read a defense. But the ceiling's high for Sellers. Very high. That's probably my top guy right now is Sellers.
Yep.
Newsmeyer's all right. I like him a little less than Sellers, but he's probably going to be a future first rounder. Archer's not coming out. Never was, but definitely not. He's not ready.
No.
At all.
Far from. He's still raw.
No. Not ready at all.
Talon's there, just really raw right now. And it's his first full year starting, so it's going to take Arch a little bit.
Lazy. He ain't got no alibi. He's lazy. He's very lazy. His Broderick, yes. Yeah, Fernando Mendoza, yeah. Yeah, he's very underrated. I could see him definitely raising his stock a little more. Very underrated. Sellers' concussion plus him not looking good this year is going to mean he's coming back most likely. You think? I did see him. Yeah, I was watching the game last night. I was watching that and the LSU game together. Yeah. He could go back. I wouldn't be surprised.
We've got 2 words for
We
you.
got 2 more coming in.
Yeah.
We got 2 more coming
We got
in.
another one coming in. Just give it a little bit.
If you're not down with that,
There we go.
we've got 2 words for you.
We got skirt with a 2. The problem with Broad, his position coach sucks ass. Yeah, that's a big part of it. You know, he's a raw lineman and not being taught the proper things. So, yeah, the coaching absolutely sucks and is failing him. Absolutely.
Yes.
Matthew with another 5. I watched Eagles and Chiefs. They played with some nuts. Damn, good game. I win or lose. That's coaching. Good game. I could barely invest into that game, bro. I could barely invest. Maybe I think the Steelers are getting over on me a little too much. I think they're consuming most of my life. I think that's a problem. I don't know, man. Drew Alar's all right. I'm not the biggest fan of Alar. But if he himself, first of all, I think him returning this year was a smart decision. Him returning for his senior year was the right way to go.
It was the right choice for Alar.
Yeah, because the playoffs last year proved he needed to go back.
It's still early in the college football season. I'm willing to be a bit more patient when it comes to Alar.
Yeah.
I feel like he has flashes there. The consistency's got to be on point for Alar.
Bro, we could have had Christian Gonzalez. Yeah, we could have Christian Gonzalez right now. I know we wouldn't have JPJ, but who do you prefer? Personally.
Man, that was a Pro Bowler. First team All Pro, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, Stein the Kid, I think that's my thing with Alar is that, and he relies a lot on that great rushing attack. Singleton and I think the name's Allen. Their backup's Allen, number 13. Nick Singleton's a great running back, by the way.
Very good.
I'll tell you what, though. I'm not a Penn State fan, but I can't wait for that whiteout game. Katron Allen is their backup. Yeah, Katron Allen. Great running back. That boy's got 8 yards average, bro. What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
That is insane. Cowboys kicker is insane like Boz. I did see that 64-yarder. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 60. I mean, if you can't kick a 60-yard field goal, you might as well not be a kicker in the NFL no more. You know? It's like that's the minimum, required field goal you have to make in the NFL is if you can hit a 60-yarder and hit it consistently, you got a job.
And Brendan Aubrey, he's a good kicker.
I don't understand how these kickers are kicking these long-ass field goals, bro.
What was it, 64-yard he made? It was a long field goal, I know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Aubrey's he's the most reliable Cowboy on the team.
Yeah.
Cowboys were not far-fetched.
50 is new 40. Yeah. Yeah. 50 is new 40. 60 is new 50.
See, like 20 years ago, a kicker doing that is unheard of.
Yeah, I know.
Even from 50, it's unheard of.
Even Gostkowski. Steven Gostkowski. Yeah. Sebastian Janikowski is who I'm thinking of. Not Gostkowski.
The first-round kicker.
Sebastian Janikowski of the Raiders, bro. He tried, what was it, like a 76-yarder? Wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Now, nowadays, if he was young, he might make it.
Yeah, a kicker might make it nowadays.
I'm very convinced Boswell can make a 70. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that situation where we have to trust him for a 70-yarder. Nah, bro. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point they attempt a 70-yarder with Boz. And guess what? I would have full confidence he would make it. Because that's my kicker. John in the chat says, truth is firing Austin does nothing since it's Tomlin's defense. Saw that poll question. Either way, this coaching staff sucks. You're right. Yeah. You're 100% correct. Nothing changes, no matter what.
No.
He would just be another scapegoat, just like Butler, or for the offense, just like Canada. This coaching staff is garbage. I still can't believe they ran with the same group of guys leading this football team after last year's collapse. They even got calls from the Bears about Tomlin and completely ignored it.
Yep.
Bro, I don't understand how the higher-ups watch this game or watch this team every year and not think to themselves, I think I've seen this before. Wait, this looks familiar. You tell me not one of these dudes in the chairs, in the suits and ties, thinks to themselves, this is getting old. Not one of them?
Not one.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Nope.
Trade for Calvin Ridley? Would the Titans? No, yeah, he's a Titan, right?
Calvin Ridley's a Titan. He got a big money.
one.
He got a big money contract from Tennessee last all season.
Why would they trade
They
Ward's
went-
number one?
Yeah, they wouldn't trade away a top target away from Cam Ward.
Groundhog Day. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very relevant.
Yep.
Steelers stressing me out enough. LOL. Yeah.
I hear you, Somber.
Yeah.
It's every season, every week, really.
Yeah, he said that in relation. I don't really have a college team. I just watch players. I feel you. I feel you there. I feel you there.
Same way here, basically.
The only time I root for a team is if I got money on them.
That's reasonable. It is. I'll give you that. Can Ridley pass block or play defense?
No.
Neither.
But if he could, guess what? Come
Hell,
on down.
he's got catch issues.
Come on down.
He's got catch issues too.
We are accepting all invitations. Because good God, we need it. Will it make a difference? No, but I mean, it might. You gotta take chances, right? Something the Steelers don't do.
Obviously, they didn't go for it on 4th and 1.
No, and that still irritates me.
It said a butterfly effect, a chain reaction.
Oh yeah, it's not the biggest reason we lost, but it definitely sent a series of events that led to the loss. Let's say we go for 4th and 1, we make it. That field goal by the Seahawks probably never happens. That boneheaded play by Caleb probably never happens. We might be 2-0 right now. Might have a different tone. It wouldn't be better expectations, but probably a different tone. We'd definitely be happier. We probably wouldn't be live right now. It seems like the only time we do a double live is when the team suffers so bad. And it's typically because we were just watching the replay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely living in his fears. Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny that he said so. I don't remember when or where. He said so many years ago, we don't live in our fears. Yes, you do. You 100% live in your fears every single season.
Remember that Colts game, 2023, when Boswell was set to kick a 57-yard attempt with a roof in a dome, and they sent out Harvin to punt?
Yeah.
And Tomlin said, he didn't like the field positioning, and he didn't feel good about banging a 57-yard field goal. You got Chris Boswell as your kicker, dude. Bro! And it don't.
I hope he changed his mind. I hope he's changed his mood. I really do, because that's, I don't know how you can say that.
I don't know.
The defensive scheme looks so vanilla. Teams aren't scared and find them so easy to exploit. Far too much talent on defense for them to be this bad. Yeah, the scheme sucks. It's all schematics. I don't want to take anything away from the criticism of the players, because I think our linebackers are looking rough. I know that the defensive line isn't helping.
No, the front seven is not helping.
But yeah, I think it's mostly schematics, bro. It's so easy to pick apart this defense, bro. It's so easy to run up the middle. It's so easy to run up against that left side away from Watt. It's so easy to attack that middle. It's unbelievable.
It's always exposed.
Another 9-8 season. I just shake my head when we have games like this. Disappointed again. Says Chateau.
Right there with you, bro. It's all you can feel. Disappointed, frustrated.
Skirt says scared team. Team that lacks confidence. Yeah, big time. Better chance of getting Ridley than Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I don't see us getting Hill.
If you're not down with that,
I don't believe it.
we've got 2 words for
Matthew
you.
with another 5. Did you see the Chiefs versus Eagles week 2 smash mouth? Football, Steelers, and not that team. No, we're not that team.
No, far from. I mean, dude, they played both teams last season, and we know the result.
I saw the end. I saw Mahomes get desperate and throw a touchdown to Thornton, and then the tush push sealed the game. That's all I saw.
I saw the Barkley touchdown earlier in the game. That's pretty much the extent of it.
Yeah.
But Philly won. That was cool to see.
It's gonna be a heartbreaking loss right at the end next week. You think versus the Patriots? Yeah, at this point, man, I don't know. I really don't know.
I am not underestimating New England.
On paper, our next couple games: Patriots, Vikings, Browns, Bengals, right before the Packers game. The next 4 games doesn't look awful. The Patriots are very beatable. Vikings don't look that threatening right now. But I don't trust this coaching staff to stand a chance against anything anymore. So I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Henderson goes off. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots get 30 points again. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin O'Connell and J.J. McCarthy have their best game together yet against us. I'm just being honest. I think we do beat the Browns, and we will probably sweep against the Bengals.
If we don't have an answer for
not
Chase.
not sweep. I'm sorry. What's the term? Split. Yes.
Split.
We'll probably split against the Bengals.
Unless we don't have an answer for Chase or Chase Brown at that. Who knows? T. Higgins?
No idea.
Does the offense even do anything against that Bengals defense?
Why get Hill? You can't get enough time to throw to him anyways. That's kind of my thinking. Also, why do you want someone like that in the locker room? You want that kind of drama? I don't. I don't want that drama. I don't want that egomaniac in there.
No.
No, absolutely not. You think him crashing out in Miami's rough?
It's already bad enough we have problems already in week 2. Do we want to add a character to the locker room on top of that?
I think adding that would just kind of, I think that would be very, very bad.
At that point, you're overfilling a boiling pot.
He got, 100 yards today?
Tyreek,
yeah, he got over 100 yards.
But they lost.
Oh, God, Tyreek was wide open and Tua missed him. And Tyreek crashed out. For proper reason, he was wide open between 3 defenders. Tua missed him. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine him not getting the ball whatsoever. DK only got the ball, 3 times today?
If I were to check the
3 catches,
stats.
20 yards. Is that all he got?
And a touchdown.
And they had 2 starters out.
That they did. They didn't really target Reek Woolen often.
No, I think that's a mistake. I think that's a big mistake. You got to attack the weaknesses, man. And he's a big weakness. Obviously not. Obviously, he wasn't a big weakness, no. We also thought Justin Fields was going to be a weakness for the Jets. He wasn't. He was today versus the Bills, but against us, forget about it. No game should be considered a gimme win. We made Justin Fields look like Lamar. Look at his stat line. Exactly. Yeah.
Brees Hall, dude.
Brees Hall, 29 yards today, 107 last week.
Yeah.
Like, what? Come on. Kenneth Walker had how many yards last week? Now he had a $105. A $105 today, and a tutty.
With, that 20-yard run.
Craig, Burrow's injury is so bad he needs surgery. He'll be out 3 months. He'll be back in time for December football.
If the Bengals are even in line for playoff contention at that time. Who knows?
And he probably won't. Yeah, they probably won't be in contention. I'll be shocked.
Who knows, man? And that sucks for Burrow. It really does.
Now, Bengals got a good start, 2-0, right? They're 2-0.
Yeah, they beat they beat the Brown. Yeah, they beat the Jaguars. Yeah,
Because the biggest issue with the Bengals is that they've started slow and it's come to bite them. They started fast this time.
they are 2-0. Yeah,
Then they lose their quarterback. They can't win. They can't win. So that might help them in the later process, but they got to keep winning somehow with a backup quarterback. Maybe Jake Browning is good enough to lead them to a couple good victories while Burrow is hurt.
I just remembered Trey Hendrickson's going up against Broderick.
Yeah.
Twice.
Bro, he's got so many pass rushers going up against him, man. I terrified to know what Micah might do. You know what I'm saying? I really might fear
Micah's had a
Micah.
great Packer debut so far.
Micah's great.
He is great. We know that.
Micah is very great.
Good old number 1 over there in Green Bay.
Can Darnell be I think you mean can Darnell be a tackle instead of a tight end? If he puts on a couple pounds, probably. I don't hate that idea. They're never gonna do it. But can he be like Jason Peters? Maybe. We'll never know. We'll never know because they will never experiment it.
They probably won't.
Tomlin running Gronk schemes on defense, and y'all taking the Steelers seriously. I'm not. Some people might have some optimism. That's your right as a Steelers fan, bro. You have every right to feel that way. I can't buy into it because I've been seeing this for so long. You know, I really started acknowledging it in 2021. No, after 2020. So beginning 2021 is when I really started to lower my expectations about this team.
Mm-hmm.
About going, because back then, when I was a young fan, I always thought, you know what, the Steelers are always contenders. The Steelers always make a push because we had Ben. We had the Killer Bees at the time, right? And then Bell, Brown went. Ben had a good 2020 season. I was always under the belief as a Steelers fan, they're always contenders. They fix up the defense and this and that, right? And then I realized, I started getting the understanding. I woke up that, dude, it's just the same result every year.
Yep.
So ever since then, I've lowered my expectations ever since, and this is why.
Yeah, especially after that Browns playoff loss in 2020. Yeah, that's when I was like, you know what? Like, I just don't know anymore. I don't know, man.
Acknowledging the Steelers underachieving like we acknowledge the tribal chief. Yes, I acknowledge my tribal chief. I was hoping Roman could take the reins. He got his first career catch today. I will acknowledge that, but
Yeah, put the ones up for his one catch.
yeah. Oh my God. Maybe he has 2 catches next week. I don't know.
You can only go up from here.
Can we? Can we?
I hope to God we do.
Oh man. Rooney is such a cheapskate. We got coaches that nobody knows, probably hired from a high school team. Well, Terrell Austin was previously fired by the Bengals before we picked him up, so yeah, they didn't want him. Arthur Smith was fired because, you know, he was an awful head coach for the Falcons that never advanced. He was like 7-10 for 3 straight years.
Yeah, they
getting-
just repeated the same record.
Which makes sense why he's a Steeler, because all we do is repeat the same garbage,
Yeah.
right? It's funny. It's funny that way, man.
It's a fit, but not a proper fit. Not a great fit.
Steelers piss everyone off. I'm starting to think it's on purpose, too. I hope not. I hope not. After year in and year out, at this point, we have enough of a sample size that it definitely is the coaching. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
I think we have more than a sample size.
We have a whole plate now, bro. We have a whole skid.
It's not a free sample. No.
We have a whole skid
It's
load, bro.
it's an entree, man. It's an entree of examples.
Yeah, there's a common denominator in all this. Last week, I was happy we won, but there are so many red flags. The team is so far from even being treated like a serious threat to win anything. Today is just another reminder of that. Yeah. I was happy about the win myself, yes. But the defense and what they did after what we saw in the playoffs, I was like, nah, we got to clean this up, and they haven't cleaned it up.
No.
And then the line wasn't great last week, and that continued today. Yeah, the run game couldn't get nothing going. That continued today. There's a lot to clean up.
And Tomlin expressed that.
So when is the janitor going to finally do his job?
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Nameless Colonel with a 199. If they have a bad record, will Tomlin get fired?
No. Twin moment.
No.
No, he will not.
No.
No. I've said it several times today. I will say it until he's gone, really. If he has a bad record, I think that Art the Clown, Art Rooney II, is going to view it as one bad season isn't bad at all.
And I've said this time and time again. Tomlin's seat is as cold as ice. It's not hot. It's not even warming up.
It's colder than the water on the night the Titanic sank. Bro, come on.
It's colder than the Alaskan water in Waterboy.
There you go.
High quality H2O.
When's Harmon coming back? I'm going to make a prediction and say week 4. First the Vikings in Dublin. If not, honestly, I wouldn't bring him back because I'd wait till he's healthy. Same thing with Elliott.
Yeah, if he's not 100%, same with Elliott. If they're not 100%, don't rush them back. Because during the long stretch that you're going up against after the bye, you're going to need them.
Yeah. Not to mention Tomlin's coaching tree has no branches. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even have the little leaf that you smack while you're walking down the street. No, it's not even a log. It's a, what do you call it? It's a what's that
Stump?
No, not a stump.
I mean, the stump's just there. You know what I'm saying?
It's what the hell is it called? Root.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
There's just roots. That's it. There's just roots. Honestly, I don't even think there's roots because with roots they expand out, right? I don't think there's that. Oh my God. There's a better chance in TKO slashing WWE live event prices than Tomlin getting fired. Yeah, and that's never happening.
Nope.
Greedy bastards. I'm not going to a WWE event anytime soon.
No.
No.
Not at all.
No, I'm not going to a wrestling event anytime soon. The prices.
I
are too
mean,
high.
just based off their products, it's just.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of contemplating going to Cena's last match in DC. When prices
You
go-
know, man.
bro. Listen.
I get it.
It's close. It's close.
I get it, but you know them prices.
It's Cena's last match.
I get it, but you know them prices, bro.
If
Just
I-
a nosebleed.
if I win,
Just a nosebleeds will be $300.
if I win a couple slips, I might be able to afford it.
All right, you're gonna rely on the season.
If I
then,
get
huh?
a Griswold Christmas bonus, I might be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Not the Jelly of the Month Club.
No. All right, this poll's been up here too long. Let's Rob, what do you think? Wait, yeah. Let me speak English, please. What poll do you think we should put up next? Actually, you know what?
You really got me thinking.
You know what? While you think of that, chat. What do you think is the biggest team need from a roster? I know people are gonna say coaching, and you're right. But from a roster aspect, what do you think is the biggest need right now? Is it a wide receiver 2? Is it a running back 2? Is it a left tackle? Is it a defensive lineman? Maybe it's, I don't know, a safety. What do you guys think is the biggest need from a roster aspect that they need to add? Why you guys let that feed into the live chat? Huge thank you to the sponsor of today's live stream. Shout out to Prophet X for sponsoring with us for the NFL season. As we see on their website here, they got all the lines for tonight's game. They got live betting as well. And then you have tomorrow's doubleheaded Monday night football game, which should be very entertaining, as a matter of fact. I cannot wait for that.
Yes, sir.
Prophet X is America's #1 sports prediction market where you can win real money predicting sports in 40 or more states. The great thing about Prophet X here, guys, is you see they still have the house markets, right? You know, you can bet against the house. But the great thing about it is you can request your own odds, and it's also a peer-to-peer sports prediction exchange where you can play against the house, but the peer-to-peer thing allows you to play against other players and other people placing other sports bets, which is a great thing. Tampa and Houston should be a good game tomorrow. Chargers, Raiders will be all right, probably. You know, they both got dubs. I'm personally looking at the Bucks and Texans. I see that the Bucks are the underdog. I mean, I personally,
Really?
yeah. Oh yeah. I personally think that is I think that's a lock tomorrow. I mean, Me
Because-
personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Houston right now.
No, because I mean Stroud just since his rookie season, I mean I don't know, he's been having a couple rough games. Like it's like Houston, especially that offense. Really, they're still trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
Even though they added some guys, I think we'll give Houston a bit of time. I think they eventually figure it out because they're just so talented and they got a good head coach.
They do,
But I like what Tampa's doing, especially Baker Mayfield. I got to give him props.
so do I. I'm gonna put 300 profit points on the Bucks since they are the underdog tomorrow. The great thing about ProfitX as well is they offer a sweepstakes based dual currency system. So you got profit points and profit cash. Points is for fun and really for free. You can claim 100 points every 5 minutes, or you can use profit cash, which has more monetary value. You can win real money doing that as well. I'm going to place that. If you guys want to ride this pick with me, feel free to do so. Go to profitx.co. Use the promo code SteelTwins to get up to $200 in profit cash when you sign up today. They offer, for every play you make, ProfitX gives you money back for playing on their platform up to $200. Terms and conditions apply. Thanks to ProfitX for sponsoring with us on this live stream. And yes, I see a lot of the same here for you guys. A left tackle, O-line, wide receiver, quarterback,
Defensive tackle,
defensive tackle.
running back.
We are playing bent out of position. Use black as no tackle, and we need Mike Munchak to coach our O-line. Also, we always sign people and not use them. Pepper should have played more, says Steelers D. I agree with everything you said. And I don't know what kind of dough you got to offer up to Munchak. You get this guy back. The line is too young, and you invested so much for this line to not be as good as they should be. You get Munchak back as hard as you can.
As a matter of fact, just last year, or no, for the past 2 years for the Rams, he was the offensive consultant.
Munchak.
Yes.
Really?
He was part of Sean
He's
McVay's.
back?
He was part of Sean McVay's staff because McVay expressed interest in adding him to the coaching staff.
Of course he did.
So he was an offensive
Why
he was an
can't
offensive consultant. McVay wanted to add him permanently to the coaching staff, but Munchak remained in his consulting role for 2024. So recently he was involved.
Okay, can we at least bring him in for a consulting role and try to convince him to stay? How about that? Get his foot back in the door, huh? Please? Please? Allergic Visual says, we are at the fire every coach part of the season. It's only week 2. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Really,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Visuals, our guards are very mid. Sayamalu is washed. Today was so bad.
I can't wait to look at the stats and the film. Actually, I don't, but like
Hold on, maybe it's up now. Maybe his stats are up. Sayamalu specifically. I haven't seen much of a negative from McCormick. I mean, the only thing I can say is they aren't getting running lanes open, but neither is any of the linemen. But McCormick hasn't been terrible, and I really haven't said anything negative about Frazier yet. So I think that's a good thing. It's been mostly the other 3 guys. Fatanu's not awful. It's just he's getting beat more than I like to see. Broderick, I'm about at the brick of giving up hope, and yeah, Sayamalu ain't gonna be here too much longer.
yeah, Sayamalu ain't staying around. Like I don't know what's up with him. He just getting put on his ass a lot more consistently or constantly than I like to see.
Well, he's older.
I get that, but good God, there's other older offensive linemen holding their own.
Yeah, well, he's not one of them.
No,
We
no.
aren't that lucky, folks.
No.
We aren't that lucky.
Nope.
I wish, but we aren't.
Lucky to have Frazier and even McCormick.
I do like Frazier, yes. But yeah, Sayamalu struggled today,
Yeah, he did.
which is upsetting being that he is the most experienced guy on the line. But yeah, he just wasn't good. Wasn't good at all. I mean, most of the line isn't actually. So that begs the question. I mean, how much more time are we going to give this line? I'm not really giving this team a lot of hope, but what about the line? How much time are you going to give the line, folks? Because I don't know. I'm kind of running out of patience.
We have been patient with this line, and you know, Broderick being out of position for 2 years, and Patanu still, you know, having minimal NFL starting experience. You know, it was just his 3rd game today. Yeah, like how much more are we gonna have to be consistent or patient?
How you guys feeling about Omar, man? I'm seeing a lot of discourse around Omar. And that's fair. That's fair. What I'm going to say about Omar, I like his approach. I like his mindset. You want to build the trenches, fix that up, and then build everything around it. The problem is that the guys they've brought in haven't been good. So, like, the good intentions are there. It's just the picks right now really aren't. Are they?
No.
And maybe most of it is coaching. Because I love the pedigree of a lot of these guys, most of the line included. It's just coaching isn't putting them in the right spot. Or the coaching isn't doing them any favors.
No. I mean, Khan's the guy that's getting these players in here, that's assembling the players for the coaching staff to work with, and the coaching staff does this.
Yeah.
Though the players, no doubt, have to execute at the end of the day. Khan's far from perfect. He's no perfect GM. Nobody is. And, he's made mistakes like any other GM has.
Skirt says, I think Omar is giving the tools, but the tools aren't being used properly. That's a good way. That's a great way to look at it.
Yes, it is.
That's exactly how I'm looking at it as well, is he's giving the coaching staff the tools. It's just they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing with them. It's almost like a dad giving his kid like a drill and he doesn't know what he's doing. Or giving him a hammer and nail. It's the most basic thing to do, right? Obviously not.
Or it's like, I'll use a cooking analogy because I like to cook.
He does like to cook. He's a great cook.
Thank you. That's like Gordon Ramsay. I almost said Jalen.
Oh, God.
Gordon Ramsay, he's got, he's the head chef and he's got his crew. He's got his other chefs and he's like, cook me this. But these guys are burning the food. Like they got it too high or like you're cooking chicken. It's too dry and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like you're not doing it right. You got the ingredients, you got all that you need. You're just not doing it right.
Where's the idiot sandwich mean when you need it? You know what I'm saying? Broderick ain't no tool. No, he's not. I mean, not right now. He could be if he had the proper coaching, but no, he's not right now. I think I've lost hope for Broderick Jones. Like, truthfully.
I still got the towel in my hand. I ain't throwing it. Yeah.
Why does J.J. McCarthy look like the villain from Kangaroo Jack? Anyone that's seen that movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the actor. Whoever the actor is. What's his name?
Search it up now, because I don't know. off the top
Kangaroo
of my
Jack
head.
was a wild movie.
It was good as a kid, then I watched it as an adult. It's stupid.
Who's the actor that you're referring to?
Michael Shannon. He looks just like Michael Shannon. with bigger hair.
He does. Like if Michael Shannon were to smile, like it's pretty close. He's a good actor too.
Roger's job is also get certain people fired, I hear. Really? Well, can you like kind of kickstart it? Because that might be necessary. That would be pretty interesting. I doubt he's gonna do that.
No.
Do you think we'll get a chance to see Howard play this season? No.
No, I don't.
If Rodgers finds a way to stay healthy, I don't think Howard's going to see any time. One, they're never going to bench him. Or let's say for example, Rodgers, knock on wood, gets hurt. Not that I wish it, but let's say he does get hurt. Obviously, Mason's the number 3, or the number 2 rather. Then maybe at that point, if Mason isn't getting things going, they'll put in Howard.
Or if knock on wood, something were to happen to Mason.
And at that point, I would like to see that.
That'd be like a 49er situation with Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo before Purdy took over completely.
Yeah.
But what are the odds of that happening again?
That's not going to happen till probably if it does ever happen, it's not till maybe December.
Yeah. So I just can't see it happening. I don't.
Yeah. Should we panic? Yeah. Yeah. I know it's early, but like. Again, I've seen this so many times. I'm not expecting any greater results. So, yeah, I think we should.
I'm not hopeful.
Oh, man. The thing is, we get excited too fast coming to the season, and even after the first win, it was clear this season was going to be a step back from last year. It's probably going to be a step back, or if not, it's just going to be a stable movement. Like,
yeah.
It's just where we're at. Kind of stationary. A stalemate, really. Our D-line is trash since Tuitt left. Yeah, you're not wrong. Tuitt was the guy. Tuitt was awesome.
He could do everything.
Stephon Tuitt was awesome.
Him and Hayward were a great duo.
Dude, that's especially when you had Vince Williams playing run down linebacker.
Shake and bake, bro. Shake and
bake.
Shazier and Vince Williams, dude.
Oh. I miss
Man.
that. I miss that.
I
man.
do. We didn't get enough of it.
No,
unfortunate.
I'm hoping whenever Harmon gets cleared to play that he can bring some sort of level of impact, but I don't know.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for
Eddie
you.
T, man, good seeing you as always with a 199.
What's up, Eddie T?
Great quarterback play, low IQ team coaches around him. I mean, A-Rod didn't really have a lot of help today, did he? He looked very disgruntled. I don't know if it was just me. His body language spoke of, dude, like,
Kind of get some freaking help.
yeah. Like, I don't think he's going to spaz out or anything. It's just like, yeah, I have nothing helping me here.
The first interception was not his fault.
No.
And Calvin took responsibility for that. He said that after the game. So good on Calvin for that. The second one, I don't know what A-Rod saw when he threw the pick to Kobe Bryant. That time he might have just been desperate, but it was nowhere near Calvin. But I don't blame the game on A-Rod.
No. Call Ken Wisenhunt and see what he's up to. What has he been up to, actually? He's still a coach, even in college. What has he been doing? He's 63 years old.
That's for Google to tell you.
63 years old, and he hasn't coached. No, he's the head coach for the Memphis Showboats
Oh, is he?
for the UFL. Okay.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. When Aaron leaves, he's going to tell everyone how horrible our coaching staff is. Yeah, I hope so. He wouldn't be the first guy either. Expose it all over the Pat McAfee show. Maybe Tone Diggs can get to somebody and tell him, yo, this is garbage. As a fan, this is garbage. His frustration seems to be with the offensive line. I mean, well, he took accountability. Well, he took the credit for Broderick's sacks. He said that was on me. But I mean, if he's frustrated with the line, I mean, I don't know.
Line's got to play better.
It's good, guys. It's gonna be a long season. It's gonna be a long season.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Ty Gaskin, bro, I haven't seen you in the chat in a minute. He said, what went wrong today? A lot. The same old, same old. That's just all I'll say.
Stuff that you saw last year, you saw it again.
Yeah.
To put it short.
O-line can't give Aaron enough time for Tyreek to get open downfield. No, I don't care how fast he is. That's my thinking too. And I just don't want his drama in the locker room. What is that going to accomplish?
You don't think Tyreek would be gripping his helmet, possibly slamming it, and jumping up and down on the field?
100% he would. You kidding me? He got upset because Tua missed him on a pass earlier. Granted, that it really sailed over him. He was wide open, but bro, come on. Imagine him not getting targets. He seemed like the guy that would be upset for not getting targets. If I heard that one before.
His emotions obviously get to him.
Dan Skipper, Andres Pete, we need to either trade or pick up.
Andres Pete, he was a healthy inactive today. I don't know.
Why is Quiet Milk still on this team? Great question. Out of all the Kevin Colbert guys that what's his face, Omar got rid of, why is he still here? He's not good. He sucks.
I don't know. It beats me.
It beats me too. I don't understand.
He is injured.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the theory on him? Is there an update on him?
Tomlin said high ankle.
That's not
maybe
good.
the same as Highsmith. Maybe 4 to 6 weeks. IR candidate, possibly.
That's not good. That's not good. So we'll see more Daniel Equale. Equale.
Equale.
One of the two, right?
I wrote it down.
Equale. We'll see more of him. We'll see more of Wyatt Black.
I'll tell you, Equale got to the quarterback's face more than Loudermilk ever did.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
give him that.
Imagine we signed Linval Joseph. Is he still in the league? That's a name I haven't heard in a minute.
He played last year, didn't he?
I don't know. He's 36 years old. He's going to be 37 on October 10th.
Linval Joseph.
Mm-hmm. Same draft class as Pansy.
Wow. I know he was a mid-round guy for the Giants, right?
He played for the Cowboys last year. 0 starts, 17 games, 2 sacks. Well, he was never a sack guy either, so.
No, but, who knows?
He's a big body.
Who knows?
He's a big body.
Can he stop the run?
I don't know. I hope so. Peyton Wilson shouldn't be starting anymore. Yeah, I like Peyton, but he's not looking good, so I would heavily consider putting in Cole Holcomb.
It's a very rough start for Wilson. Outside of the inside blitz where he got the sack today, Wilson hasn't really taken that next step.
No.
At least not yet. And I know it's early. It might take some time for Wilson, but it's still not good.
There's a lack of aggression from the guy.
I mean, dude, he got bulldozed by the Seahawks fullback today. And he put on 10 pounds of muscle to help with the run defense.
Oh, so Peppers did play? He played special teams, according to Eddie T. Okay. I didn't notice.
Yeah. We just didn't see him on the defense.
Well, that's expected because he's only been on the team for 4 days.
And
why does the defense do good everywhere else except the middle of the field or running game? Coaching, bro. It's coaching.
It's their kryptonite.
I mean, yeah, a lot of it is also, the player and their execution, but I think it's definitely a lot to do with coaching.
I said in the post game, the middle of the field is more open than a 24-hour McDonald's.
Yep.
That's how open it is.
Now you got me wanting the DoorDash, bro. Just putting it out there.
Mike in Texas says, I miss Atlanta Roberts.
E-Rob was a dog. I don't know why we got rid of him.
I know he's with the Raiders now. Is he a starter for the Raiders? I would imagine he is.
I don't know if he is, but for the price he signed, which was very cheap, I thought we should have kept him. The whole point is stopping the run. Why get rid of your best run-stopping linebacker?
But they replaced him with Malik Harrison for the same duty, plus Harrison can play special teams. So. That's the only thing I can think of.
So, you got Carson Bruner.
Yeah, Roberts is a starter opposite of Jermaine Pratt and Devin White. For the Raiders.
He can play special teams. Well, we didn't have a lot of great special teams coverage today.
Obviously.
I don't follow it, but on weeks conferences, what do our coordinators and coaches do and say throughout the week? Definitely ain't shit. I don't know what I'm not inside the meeting. I love to be a fly on the wall. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be in there somehow, but
Yeah, really.
Inside classified information. The players are thinking too much, and it's because of coaching. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I get a lack of confidence from a lot of people. Well, maybe they're too overconfident. They're over-proceeding with a lot of errors. I've won 10 Super Bowls in my Madden franchise. Can you be the Steelers' new head coach? I think you might be better than what we have right now. I mean, I'm worth trying anything. Anthony Walker off the Colts practice squad. I could see it. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they snag someone off anyone's practice squad, or they just might elevate their own. You know what I'm saying? They might elevate their own.
They could.
I thought 10-7 was going to be after today's performance. Was the prediction now 9-8?
I still see 9-8. I do. I still see that.
Have you ever seen Tomlin talk to players on the sideline after a bad play? I haven't. No discipline. None. No. In fact, Caleb Johnson was interviewed regarding his mishap on special teams, and he was asked, what did the coaches say to you on the sideline? Now, I don't know if he was said anything by the coaches, but he said nothing. He said nothing. Caleb Johnson said nothing.
I did see that.
So I don't know if that's true or not, or if that's just him keeping the conversation to himself. But no, I don't notice Tomlin going to players and giving them any sort of discipline or any sort of, earful. I don't notice that at all. Cowher made a living off of it. I didn't notice a thing from Tomlin. Who drafted DeMarvin? Colbert, yeah. And he'll probably be elevated from the practice squad to play the fourth edge piece. I bet you. I wouldn't be shocked at all if that's the case.
Cam Hayward said a lot of teach tape from today's game. I can tell you that.
Teach tape?
Teach tape.
I guess.
Teach tape from the defense?
You want to teach the coaching staff to stop doing the same shit over and over again? I mean, maybe we can advance further because of that, but
your defense gave up 63 points in 2 weeks.
Oh, 65.
32-31.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, 63 points.
Come on,
in 2
man.
games, bro.
How's that teach tape?
Well, it teaches them not to do the same thing over and over again, but clearly they don't learn.
We can only hope, man. We can only hope.
clearly they don't learn. I don't know, folks. He's better in Highsmith's spot. You mean Leal? He's a better edge than a defensive line. He's too small to play defensive lineman.
Yeah, that's obvious.
He's only 285. He's way too small for it.
That's an athletic edge guy. I'll give Leal that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure he'll get activated.
Yeah, 63 points in 2 games with the highest paid defense and all this name value is very bad. You got 63 points in 2 games. You have, let me get my math right.
Do I have to calculate the yards?
No, I can do it in my head. Just give me a couple seconds.
All right, so 400 twice is 800.
Minus
9.
So 791 total yards of offense the last 2 games.
Yeah.
63 points, 791 total yards of offense the last 2 games, and 112 rushing yards between their 2 leading rushers. Or 212, sorry. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, defense sucks. Defense sucks. The offense can't get anything going. I find no reason to expect anything greater. Maybe they do. Maybe they go into next week and realize, you know what, we can't run with the same garbage for once.
We can only hope, man.
I'll tell you right now, man, it is week 2, and I'm already dreading the rest of the season. I'm already expecting a lot of bad. I'm already expecting the same old, bro. It's already week 2.
And again, it's not an overreaction. It's not just because the Steelers suffered a bad loss. No, it's a reoccurring problem.
Yeah, it's reality at this point. It's an expectation. It's unfortunate, but you know that's how I feel. I am dreading the rest of the season. It's only week 2.
Yeah.
The ceiling is still maybe a playoff appearance. Maybe at this point. I don't know. Trade for DJ Moore? I would love that. I just don't think the Bears are going to trade him.
No way.
If Luther Burden burst out, but I mean, even still, I don't know. Well, not much to celebrate this weekend, huh, guys? That was pretty rough. Yeah, Aaron, that was very rough. In fact, the weekend flew by.
It did.
The weekend flew by really fast, which sucks because we got the work week ahead of us.
And another work week ahead of us, yeah.
I'm honestly contemplating not going in tomorrow. I really am, bro. This team's got me that depressed. I'm not playing with you. This isn't for show. I am that drained. It's week 2, and I'm already this drained. What exactly do y'all think we should do? How would y'all run the offense and defense? Well, first of all, I would start with putting guys in their proper spots. That's number 1. You got to put guys in your proper spots. You got to move guys around as well. And perhaps maybe don't run 13 personnel that includes Scotty Miller being the lone wide receiver when you just pay DK Metcalf all this money.
Don't constantly feature Kenneth Gainwell when you already have a starting running back in Warren, who was very effective today, the only offensive player really today. And plus you extended him. So use Warren more because he's effective.
Is that true? Steelers have not won at home since last year, December 8th.
Let me check.
You know what? Why am I surprised by that?
Hold on. Let me check. Because obviously they lost today.
All these superstars on defense, and there's no creativity. They talk about how versatile all these players are and are not even being creative with their coverage or blitzes. No, they're not. They're really not. I don't see Ramsey blitzing off the edges much. I don't. Like, why? I think the nickel blitz is very, very lethal when used properly.
Week 14 versus Cleveland. That was at Heinz Field. That was their last win. At Heinz Field. They have lost 3 straight home games.
Our next opportunity to win at home will be against Cleveland, October 12th.
Oh, how fitting. Though I believe the Steelers are labeled as a home team for Ireland.
That doesn't count.
No.
That doesn't count. It's not Heinz Field.
No.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, no.
No,
So we might have to wait till after the bye.
Swiss cheese? No, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose to the Bears. It's in Chicago. The last time we won in Chicago was what was it, the 90s?
Been a bit. Who's the quarterback then?
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now, unless someone is so ahead of me and is a
I wouldn't be surprised.
encyclopedia.
We got some knowledgeable people in the chat.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Can someone tell me?
Load up, please.
I like to know.
Please load up. Can you please load up? This website server sucks.
Hey, but thank God Art gets his Super Bowl in Ireland.
The last
No,
time...
it's good for Ireland because I know that they've been trying to get a game there. So good on them.
The last time the Pittsburgh Steelers beat Chicago?
In Chicago.
Hold on. No, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm wrong. The last time the Steelers beat Chicago in Chicago was 1995. The starting quarterback was Neil O'Donnell.
Makes sense. All right.
1995.
30 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It was November 5th, 1995, and we play the Bears when? November 13th. It'll be 30 years and 2 weeks.
Some change.
Since we beat the Bears last in Soldier Field.
Wow.
And I don't expect that to change.
I don't know. It might be a full circle moment, man.
Bro, Ben Johnson might get creative here.
That
bro.
would be week 12 by then. So you never know where the Bears are going to stand up until that point.
Yeah. I'd rather have one Trent Williams than our O-line. Yeah, one Trent Williams would cover everything.
He's like, what, 34, 35?
He's a great tackle.
He's still good at his
future
age.
Hall
While
of Famer.
Sayamalu gets his ass handed to him.
Future Hall of Famer.
Big time.
Haven't won in Gillette since 2008, where we play next week. Patriots, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that one too. Oh god.
So we are losing.
And who was the starting quarterback for the Patriots? Matt Castle.
Yeah, because Brady was out.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yep.
We could beat Chicago this year. Caleb Williams sucks. I mean, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Caleb, but I don't know that. No one. Yeah, I don't put nothing past the Steelers team, but I swear to God.
I don't think you can.
Why does Aaron Rodgers get here and breaks an all-time record while Mike Tomlin is getting bad records broken for losing? Well,
Yeah, you constantly see on social media, first time in Tomlin's coaching tenure that so-and-so happened. It's always bad. It's always bad. Or they break history from like the old days of the Steelers before Chuck Noll, right?
Yeah. By the way, this Viking, I'm not watching it, but by the score, this Vikings and Falcons game sucks. It's just field goals. This game sucks.
I'm going to check the box score.
You know what? This week sucks in general. We had a great game last week where we won, and now we're getting all kinds of mediocre football.
Yo, McCarthy's responsible for 2 turnovers. He threw a pick, and he lost a fumble on a strip sack.
I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. Week 4 in Dublin.
So, yeah, another rough start for J.J. McCarthy.
I was never big on McCarthy coming out of Michigan anyway. I thought he was carried by the team around him.
The Vikings defense has only allowed so far 230 yards on offense.
Nice.
And there's still 11-16 left in the fourth.
Did anyone score a touchdown at least?
No.
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 I mean, I'm not surprised, bro. It's 2 young quarterbacks that have yet to, take the next level.
Parker Romo,
Who?
got elevated because Young Hookoo sucks. He got elevated. He's 5 for 5. He just made a 54-yard kick.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. Doesn't matter. He's going to go 23 or 28, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions versus us as rookie. Again, I don't put nothing behind him. I don't put nothing past the Steelers. The afterlife of Ernie Stautner says Brian Flores, the man we let walk, his defense playing well. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't allowed a touch. They're losing, but they haven't allowed a
Yeah,
touchdown.
imagine J.J. McCarthy was just a little bit good. I mean, maybe he has a resurgence, a fourth quarter resurgence like last week, and they can actually win the ball game here. But yeah, if the Vikings had a solid quarterback, I think that perhaps they'd be in the lead right now. And in fact, they're losing. by what, 9 points?
Maybe the Vikings have another come from behind victory like just Monday night last week.
I don't know. We'll see. Why don't we move people around the line of scrimmage so that the quarterback doesn't know who's blitzing and who's going to drop in coverage?
Because
Great question.
we're uberly predictable.
We're pathetic and utterly predictable. Yes. Luckily, there's nothing wrong with wanting to lose every other game and just see what changes will be made. I hear you. I don't think changes would be made, man. I don't. I think they just run with the same team and the same staff all over again.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Brandon of the Hawks Nest. He had us on for the preview for the Seahawks game. I'm sure he's celebrating the victory right now.
Excuse me.
He asked me, if the Steelers go to the playoffs and lose one and done, or let's say the Steelers don't make the playoffs, he asked me, what do you think happens? And without hesitation, without taking a breath, I said, they're just going to do the same thing all over again. And that's still the same feeling.
They'll never change, man.
Bada bang, bada boom. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers for you. Yeah, buddy. Anyway, guys, it is 10:40, 20-11. I think the fourth quarter just started here. We got 11:16 left in the game. We're going to close out the stream. We appreciate y'all for a great stream, man.
Yeah, a bit of an impromptu stream, but we just wanted to get on here live to give our honest thoughts and takes after a very bad performance versus the Seahawks. And it's not, again, it's not that because the Steelers had a bad game, a really bad performance. It's the fact that it's a reoccurring problem from previous years.
Yeah, it's
from
not
previous games.
It's not because they had a bad game. It's because they had another bad performance of the same mistakes they've been doing the last how many weeks now.
And you know, like when we do a second live stream, even after a live game, you know it's bad.
Yeah, this is the trend of the channel. So we will watch the game, and then depending on the result, if it's so bad, we will typically make another reaction video or stream regarding what just happened. And here we are again.
And it's only week 2.
And it might not be the last time we do it this season. I don't know.
We got 15 more games of this.
I have no idea.
15 more games, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Steel Nation, man, stay strong. We'll get through this somehow.
Stand tall. We'll get through it.
We'll get through this.
We've gone through worse.
I've always said, man, no matter what happens this season, just enjoy whatever good comes out.
If all of us could get through Matt Canada, we can get through this.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We could be here all night. I would love to be here all night, but unfortunately tomorrow is Monday. A lot of us gotta get up early in the morning for work. It's the beginning of another long, exhausting work week. I am so excited. I cannot wait. I am so happy I gotta go to work tomorrow. Can you see the happiness in my face?
I'm just eager, man.
I'm more happy about that than the Steelers winning a football game. I swear to God, man, there is no sarcasm coming out of my body right now. Now, anyway, yeah, unfortunately, that's the case. So we're gonna call it a stream, man. Thank you guys for joining us as always. Impromptu stream, but just want to get those extra thoughts out of there. With that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Make this week a strong one. It's the beginning of the work week for a lot of us. I know tomorrow's only Monday, but we'll get through it, and then we got to get prepared for Foxborough.
Patriots.
We got to get prepared for the Patriots next week. Hopefully this team has a better performance, but I'm not really getting my hopes up.
And I am not underestimating New England one bit.
No. After this, no, you cannot.
No.
With that being said, you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you guys for 2 great streams. Appreciate all the support.
Big time, man.
You guys are incredible. You guys are the true MVPs, man, really. So thank you guys so much. On your way out, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you guys are new. On the Twitter world, on the Twitter side, thank you guys as well. We do greatly appreciate it. Anywhere you guys watch, whatever platform you watch, wherever you may be, thank y'all. It's been an interesting Sunday. It's been an interesting week 2. And then we move on to week 3. We got doubleheader Monday Night Football tomorrow. Should be fun. But after that, we move on to week 3. We'll see you guys later this week for the week 3 picks. We'll see you guys later this week for the preview for the Steelers versus Patriots game. Potentially more content coming out based off of what the Steelers do.
So stay tuned for all of that, man. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!